purchases, the 4th edition of Healing Our World is a great gift for the liberals, pragmatists, environmentalists, and Christians in your life who think libertarianism is cold-hearted. Get yours today at healing.freetalklive.com and use promo code FTL for a $5 discount. Some of you asked, and now we've delivered. LRN.FM's live Keene, New Hampshire studio shows are now streamed in HD on Twitch. Visit our channel at twitch.lrn.fm and give it a follow. If you have Amazon Prime, you get 1 free subscription on Twitch. If you use it on our channel, Twitch will give LRN.FM a monthly piece of your Prime subscription cost. So please watch, follow, share, and subscribe to twitch.lrn.fm. That's twitch.lrn.fm.
So the protection of life, liberty, and property is what the Free State Project is all about. But it's an effort to move 20,000 people who understand.
It's about demonstrating to the entire country
that, yeah, we can have a free market, a truly free market.
Making it just a freer, great place to live.
It's the world's largest voluntarist libertarian community, and it's only getting bigger.
That's amazing, to be able to move to a place where other people passionately believe in being free and independent.
What the Free State Project is managing to do, though, is to put their money where their mouth is. It's physically getting up across the country and saying, let's go someplace and let's demonstrate the power of these ideas. There's a lot of kind of philosophy that surrounds liberty. There's a lot of thinking about it and talking about it. But here in New Hampshire, people are doing it.
101 Reasons Liberty Lives in New Hampshire, a documentary by Free State Project Early Movers. Watch it free at 101reasonsfilm.com. 101reasonsfilm.com.
You can sign up to receive the latest about the Liberty Radio Network via our email updates at updates.lrn.fm. That's updates.lrn.fm.
You are listening to The Call to Freedom on LRN.FM.
تستمتعون إلى برنامج نداء للحرية مباشرة على LRN.FM.
Welcome back here to the Call to Freedom here on LRN.FM. Broadcasting live from the VertCoin studio right here in beautiful Keene, New Hampshire. And it's another beautiful day here in our little crypto community. Now, Chelsea has brought us a story today. It's discussing the surprisingly solid numbers behind that crazy prepper guy that lives down the street. Chelsea?
Yeah, so we end up with, as I mentioned, at least a 37% chance likelihood that anyone alive today will see a violent overthrow of the United States American government. And that is just, I mean, again, it's depending on how you cut the numbers, but if you look at all these other countries in the world, you get numbers that are even higher. And then he says, you know, if we look at just the raw dialectic alone, we reach dismal conclusions as well. Do you think the United States will exist forever and until the end of time? As a question posed, clearly the reasonable answer must be no. So at that point, we're not talking if, but when. If you don't believe my presumed probability, cook up your own based on whatever givens and data pool you'd like and plug it in. The equations are right up there. Steel man my argument in whatever way you like, and the answer will probably still scare you. And so he says, kind of to sum up, pretend you're someone with your eyes on the horizon. What would you be looking for exactly? Increasing partisanship, civil disorder, coup rhetoric, a widening wealth gap, a further entrenching oligarchy, dysfunctional governance, the rise of violent extremist ideologies such as Nazism and communism, violent street protests, people marching with masks and dressing like the Italian black shirts, attempts at large-scale political assassination. Any one of these things might not necessarily be the canary in the coal mine, but all of them in aggregate might be alarming to someone with their eyes on the horizon. He also mentions that Syria has had, you know, several millions of people displaced and over a million people at least that have died, right, because of their thing. And that happened because those people didn't see it coming, right? If they had seen it coming, they would have left beforehand. But they didn't see it coming. And so these are the types of things, like, we don't entirely see it coming until it's there, until it's already kind of hit us. So while our semi-annual mass shooter culture war erupts after the latest round of media hand-waving freakoutery, it always seems to focus on rifles. Most recently, we had some guy cut his own AR-15 in half on YouTube to thunderous applause. Don't mischaracterize my position. If Mr. Papalardo thought that he might be prone to murdering someone with his rifle, or more statistically likely, purposefully killing himself with it, then he should absolutely sell or destroy it. But if he isn't going to do either of those things, all he must do to ensure that it doesn't hurt anyone is not shoot anyone with it. He could leave it in his attic with a couple cans of ammunition just in case something horrible does transpire where he might actually need it. There are certain things in the world you'd rather have and not need than need and not have. So if someone else on the opposite side of a culture war argument asks you why would you want to own one of those things anyways, please don't be surprised if they simply respond, why wouldn't you want one? And so I think that the numbers are really interesting. If you read the whole thing, there's a lot of stuff in there. One of the things that's really funny that he does talk about is prepping for zombies. And zombies, right, while it is kind of humorous, it basically is, in this, our author's opinion, is prepping for everything, right? So it's prepping for the fall of governmental structures and organizational structures in society as we know them right now. It is prepping for lack of access to food, lack of access to water, lack of access to medical things. I mean, it's prepping for literally everything going wrong all at the same time. And then it also preps you for, some kind of human element that you have to defend yourself against, right? In the zombie version, it's zombies. But in the real life version, you're looking at, people who might try to take whatever you have away from you or hurt your family. And so he says that actually he thinks that prepping for zombies is kind of the most fun and covers all of the bases. And so, I mean, it's kind of a cute.
Well, if you're ready for zombie apocalypse, you are absolutely ready for anything. So yeah.
Right. It's a cute way of looking at it, I think. But
the problem is
of all the adjectives,
when it comes to zombies, we only know what we think will kill them based on popular culture myths. We don't know what will actually kill them.
Well, I do.
Fire. That's about it.
White spells will usually do it.
White spells usually, yeah.
Blessed Light, Urza's Ruinous Blast.
Oh my God! Have you been
Fumigate?
Have you been playing Magic: The Gathering again?
I have indeed.
Me too.
But that's how you deal with zombies. You don't try to kill them; you exile them.
Exactly.
With your shotgun.
Them back. Right? If you don't, they will bring them back.
That's pretty much the size of it,
I think zombies that are killed with fire spells should not be allowed to come out of it because they're ashes, yo. You're not coming back from that.
Well, you think.
True.
You're not coming back from that.
Not in the same form, anyway. I mean.
And so
ash golem.
This means that you should have a flamethrower, realistically.
Yes!
If you want to defend yourself.
That's what I'm talking about. Let me get one of those
a nice red aggro deck sitting over to the side.
Let me get one of those like World War II, Korean War, Vietnam era, dual tank.
To heck with that! Buy one of the cool new ones from Elon Musk.
They said, I was watching a documentary the other day, and basically, the flamethrower was created in World War I specifically as an implement of terrorism. Like it was meant to terrify.
Of course it was.
It was
shoots fire.
Terror. It was terrorism. And they would even use it on civilian. Like this is how you get civilian populations to do what you want. You torch the village next door and hose everyone down in whatever that liquid is and turn the whole place, men, women, and children, to ash. And then the next German village that you come into contact with, they're very passive, it turns out. And like this is so like weird. Britain and America are like, yeah, kill all the civilians we can.
Yeah. Counterpoint. The North Vietnamese.
Yes.
Because the flamethrowers over there just made them more militant to the point that we lost.
Oh yeah, they straight up would charge into the flames. Well, no, we lost.
There's no
No. We don't admit to having lost. We don't admit that.
On this show, we do.
Yeah.
On this show, we're like, y'all got beat. Yo, flamethrowers did nothing. You'd have been better off sending in the zombies.
For real.
Which, to be fair, a lot of those guys came back from Vietnam, and basically that's unfortunately what they were.
Well, that was when MK Ultra and all, like, with the U.S. government was trying to create super spies and super soldiers and super assassins.
They created super zombies.
They did. It's called the American Public. We'll get into that and a whole lot more when we get back here on the Call to Freedom. RN.FM.
No mind. Do you ever say, I could care less, when you really mean the opposite? You mean to say, I couldn't care less. It's a common mistake. You are judged by how you speak, especially if you're looking for work, with so many more applicants than openings now. But even if you're not, avoiding common misstatements will help you make the most of the dozens of conversations and transactions that crowd your daily routine. So whatever you say, don't say whatever as a single-word sentence. It's the most annoying expression in the American English language, according to a recent poll. And avoid cliches like the plague. Just kidding. But seriously, at the end of the day, you'll want to avoid this scenario, sounding like everyone else. For more tips, hit survivalspeech.com. I'm Holland Cook.
Cell 411 is a free app for Android and iOS that replaces government-controlled 911. Cell 411 allows you to preset a group of friends or private organizations to show up in any emergency. Cell 411 is a nightmare for the state because it proves their so-called services aren't needed. Cell 411 has had thousands of installs, and of course it's covered by the BIPCOT no government license. Cell 411 because your friends won't shoot you when you're in trouble. Without the government, who would build the emergency services? You and Cell 411. Get it today at getcell411.com.
Free Talk Live, the show where anyone can call about whatever they want. And we do mean anyone.
So are you saying that if government ran a dating service,
yes,
that society's problems would be solved?
Yes, actually they would. I know it's hard to believe, but it would.
Yeah, that's real hard to believe. I mean, there are dating services all over the place. Why would a government-run dating service be better?
No, they don't work. They're not Christian. They charge a lot of money.
What makes you think a government-run dating service would be better or Christian?
Yes, it would, because everybody would be in the same computer. Today would be run by a computer. Everybody's knowledge of their existence and location would be in one place.
Let's say I disagree. What happens to me?
What happens if you disagree? Well, you can disagree, but does that mean you're not going to cooperate with us?
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know. Maybe I'd come over there and beat the hell out of you.
Free Talk Live, 7 nights a week from 7 to 10 Eastern, live on the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM.
Did you know you can listen to LRN.FM via our free-to-air satellite channels? We have channels over nearly all of North America and much of Africa. All you need is an affordable receiver and a dish as small as 30 inches. There are no monthly fees. Learn more at sat.lrn.fm. Plus, if you are a broadcaster or want to be one, this is a good delivery method for our content. See our coverage maps and get details at sat.lrn.fm. That's sat.lrn.fm. sat.lrn.fm.
Is spreading the message of liberty, cryptocurrency, and peace around the globe worth $2 per month to you? As you may already know, in addition to our internet feed, LRN.FM broadcasts on free-to-air satellite across North and Central America, as well as Sub-Saharan Africa. And we've been available on satellite for free 24/7 since 2010. The LRN.FM free-to-air satellite signal is reaching some of the most oppressive regimes in the world, and there's no doubt our ideas are making an impact. You can learn more about the channel's impact by watching the 3-minute video at fund.lrn.fm. If you'd like to help free minds globally with our ideas of liberty, cryptocurrency, and peace, you can donate as little as $2 per month via fund.lrn.fm. You can help us continue and expand our satellite broadcast to multiple continents. Visit fund.lrn.fm today, and thank you for your help. Don't forget to share the link on social media. That's fund.lrn.fm.
What's up next? Visit the Liberty Radio Network program guide to find out at shows.lrn.fm. That's shows.lrn.fm.
You are listening to the Call to Freedom on LRN.FM. आप सुन रहे हैं स्वतंत्रता की पुकार सिर्फ और सिर्फ LRN.FM पे।
Welcome back into the Call to Freedom here on LRN.FM. So we're broadcasting live from the Vertcoin studio right here in beautiful Keene, New Hampshire. And I'm wondering, do you want to get in? Have you been interested in the crypto industry, this whole thing that's kind of buzzing around you, but you don't have time? You really don't have the time to go and spend hours and hours reading white papers and candle graphs and all that, but you still want to get in? Well, let me introduce you to Helium.com. It's a savings investor accelerator, and it's powered by Uphold.com. And the way it works is they've designed an algorithm that will watch the value between regular fiats and cryptocurrencies, and then it moves your money when the timing is just right. Now, you just load up your account via your bank card or a crypto wallet of your own, and then you just set it and forget it. Everything is completely automatic. It's like a crock pot for your cryptocurrencies. Helium helps your money move you. So go on over to helium.com/CTF. That's HELEUM.com/CTF and get a thank you for being a Call to Freedom listener. Now, I'm going to be speaking this year at the Porcupine Freedom Festival. It's going to come after that great event that we've been talking about for the last month or so, Fork Fest. And I've been asked to come out and give a presentation on immigration and customs enforcement, an unaccountable arm of the federal police force, and whether or not they have. Are they the heroes of Western culture that many on the right hold them up to be? Or
it's going to be a short speech.
Right. Or have they become a modern form of Gestapo used to target political dissidents and adversaries? And well, this article looks like it's the latter. You see, so far in the last year and a half, there have been more than 20 immigration activists arrested in the Trump administration. Is the Trump administration retaliating against activists that criticize his harsh immigration policies? Well, immigration advocates across the country and the American Civil Liberties Union assert that federal immigration agents are increasingly targeting activists who oppose them, help undocumented immigrants, and are quoted in the media. The following cases have been brought to light by lawyers who claim activists' free speech rights are being violated. Most are in the country illegally and have been arrested or are under deportation orders. Some have criminal records. Several do not. Migrant Justice, a nonprofit based in Burlington, Vermont, has 6 leaders arrested over a period of 14 months. All are undocumented. Migrant justice advocates are dairy workers in Vermont. The arrested are Victor Garcia Diaz, Alfredo Gamaz, Enrique Sanchez, Zulia Rodriguez, Yesenia Ramos, and Esau Ventura. Garcia Diaz has a DUI conviction. None of the others have ever been charged with any crime.
DUI, by the way, to my knowledge, is not an automatically deportable offense because it's not a violent offense or a felony.
Huh, that's interesting.
That's not actually true. You can be deported for a...
well, you can be deported just for being here.
Ticket.
Yeah, you can be deported for being here undocumented, period.
Yes.
But there are certain offenses
you can
that are
be
automatic,
here
like it's not discretionary.
You can be here legally and have a green card And at the judge's discretion, you could literally be deported for running a stop sign or driving over the speed limit. So
right, but there are
that's as a legal immigrant.
Yeah, but there are certain offenses, what I'm talking about, where there is no judicial discretion, where by statute it's automatic deportation, and neither the judge nor ICE is supposed to have discretion. DUI is not one of them. So we're talking about offenses where even Congress has said, we'll just leave it up to you guys to figure out whether you care or not. Well, they care in this case. And then you have other people who,
we got
and when you're just undocumented, it's straight discretionary whether they want to enforce the law, and that's really what this article is about. Is not, we're not saying these people have who are here undocumented haven't violated those civil laws. We're saying it's curious that the government has chosen to enforce the laws against these people who have spoken out against it, as opposed to anybody else.
Okay, so January 3rd, Immigration ICE agents arrested Jean Montravel, a prominent immigrant rights activist from Haiti who co-founded the New Sanctuary Coalition. According to ICE, Montravel has several drug convictions and has served time in prison. He was ordered deported but allowed to stay if he checked in with ICE regularly, which he has done for the last 15 years. He's married to a U.S. citizen and has 4 U.S.-born children and also runs a local business. Montravel was deported to Haiti on January the 16th. On January the 11th, ICE agents arrested Ravi Ragbir, a well-known executive director of New Sanctuary Coalition, during a routine check-in with ICE.
During the check-in, I have to emphasize that. They waited till they told him to come into the office.
Well, no, these are check-ins that they do regularly. These are regular, routine check-ins that he goes in on a regular basis.
Exactly.
And this time they decided, you're staying.
Why are we doing regular check-ins with people who are undocumented? Like, what is even that?
Because we don't really care
in 2001 of conspiracy to commit wire fraud for processing fraudulent mortgage applications.
Like the entire
Then why did we let him stay in the first place?
Because he was ordered to pay $350,000 in restitution.
Well, there's no way he did that.
He was detained by ICE for 2 years while in deportation proceedings, and he's allowed to stay in the U.S. if he checks in regularly. Last month,
why?
His deportation has been halted because he owes $350,000. It's the only way they get their money back.
Let me answer Chelsea's question more completely for the listeners who may have incorrect notions about our immigration system. Our immigration laws are per se unenforceable. We do not have the money in the entire federal budget to enforce our immigration laws as they are written. There are about 13 million people who are currently here in violation of our immigration laws. We could not deport them all if we wanted to, and the reality is we don't. So, for low priority people, and the vast majority of people who are deportable are low priority for ICE, our deal is, fine, stay here while we figure this out, we'll suspend this indefinitely, and if you don't cause any trouble, we don't actually care. That's the reality of our immigration system is
unless
nobody cares.
Isn't committing wire fraud causing trouble? Like, why would we? If we have someone in custody because they committed a crime,
not that much trouble. It's like Martha Stewart levels of trouble.
I mean, okay, I guess I don't.
And he got
now, if you're a mother of 3 who's trying to go through the legal process to become a citizen, and you don't have the $1,500 they want that month, they will enforce that. You are a high priority.
Stupid.
Well, because they know they can get money out of you. Whereas these people, like, they'll only spend money. Whereas my family, we'd already paid them once. So chances are we've probably got money we can pay them again. Welcome to Immigration and Custom Enforcement in the 21st century, folks. We'll be back with more about this and in the remainder of this list of modern political prisoners when we get right back.
We've all heard about blockchain assets like Dogecoin, Ether, and Ripple. Bitcoin isn't the only player in the blockchain game any longer. And for those of us wondering how to get our hands on these digital assets, finally, there's a solution. Shapeshift.io allows you to buy and sell between your digital assets and Bitcoin instantly between your own digital wallets. I've used it with ease. Shapeshift.io. There's no account or email address needed. You send them the crypto you want to sell. They send back the crypto you want to buy. It's that easy. Shapeshift.io.
I've been told no in many different ways.
I give you an order and you're going to obey it.
George, you can go this way. You can't do that and you have to leave here.
You cannot bring signs into the rally.
Walk with me. Well, I'm comfortable here, actually. Whoa, Hey, who do you think you are? Excuse me.
There is no video and audio allowed in this office.
No, I have work today.
You ain't going to make it.
Wait a minute.
Hey! Oh my God! Unbelievable!
Why are you running from me? Because you scared me. What am I being detained for?
You're being served.
What is this?
You're being served.
What is this? Bureaucrats have a funny way of telling people no.
That's the sound of the men working on the chain.
Derek J's Victimless Crime Spree. Watch it for free and order the Director's Cut DVD at victimlesscrimespree.com.
Here's a chance to do a little activism while you're cruising Facebook, Twitter, or Google+. Between the LOL cats, the recipes, the hot girls, and the inspirational sunrise memes, Free Talk Live's posts pass by your newsfeed. Like them, comment. It gives us more exposure. If you don't see our posts, click like at facebook.freetalklive.com and then hover over it to click Get Notifications. It's an easy way to spread the ideas of liberty a bit further. I know you're busy, but you can spare that 1/10 of a calorie it takes to click on something. facebook.freetalklive.com.
When you hear the word lobbyist, you probably think about greedy corporations, but not all lobbyists are the same. Some are fighting for the freedoms you hold dear. Liberty Lobby LLC is doing just that in New Hampshire, working hard to represent you, not some special interest group. You can help by going to libertylobby.info, where your contribution will give us the tools we need to ensure that your voice is heard. Visit libertylobby.info today to find out more.
Now that you've found the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM, you may want to help expose others to our great programs. To assist you in doing so, you'll find resources at promote.lrn.fm, including details on how to get a free bumper sticker, quarter-page flyers you can print out and distribute, banners for your website, as well as files that will allow you to make your own custom banners and graphics. Visit promote.lrn.fm and help bring new listeners to the Liberty Radio Network. That's promote.lrn.fm.
Free Press Publications is an independent, alternative media and publishing company founded in June 2009 with the mission of ensuring a free press for the freedom movement and is committed to spreading the message of peace, freedom, love, and liberty. FPP also gives new authors an avenue for publishing freedom-oriented material. FPP brings you daily news and commentary on the website fpp.cc, as well as a daily 5-minute newscast, FPP Radio News, and weekly news, views, and commentary in the FPP Freedom Minute and Peace, Love, Liberty Radio at fppradio.com, and the monthly newspaper FPP News at news.fpp.cc. Find FPP online at fpp.cc. That's fpp.cc, as in Creative Commons.
If you enjoy LRN.FM, please contribute to your favorite shows via their websites and become an amplifier at amp.lrn.fm. That's amp.lrn.fm.
You are listening to the Call to Freedom on LRN.fm. Unasikiliza wito wa uhuru katika LRN.fm.
Freedom here on LRN.FM. Broadcasting live from the VertCoin studio right here in Keene, New Hampshire. We've been talking today, at least right now, about a substantial list of political prisoners who have been taken during the Trump administration. All of them arrested within days of making statements or releasing videos critical of the Trump administration's immigration policies. You got an opinion on this? Give us a call, 603-283-6160. That's 603-283-6160. Or you can hit us on the Discord line at discord.lrn.fm or on our Skype call-in line at the lrn.fm studio. So I'm joined right now by Chelsea Snyder of the Vora Method, along with Mr. Tom Gray, our legal mind. Now, Tom, this one right here, this one is really interesting to me. This is about an organization called No More Deaths.
No wonder they wanted to get rid of them.
On December 6th, 2017, the United States Attorney's Office in Arizona charged 9 volunteers of No More Deaths, a humanitarian group in Tucson, with misdemeanors. None of the defendants are undocumented immigrants. They're actually American citizens. The organization works to reduce the number of deaths of immigrants illegally crossing the border, trekking through the Sonoran Desert, chiefly by leaving caches of drinking water. The federal civil charges include entering the Cabeza Prieta National Wildlife Refuge without a government permission slip and operating a motor vehicle in a wilderness area.
So walking on public land and driving a car and leaving water places.
Yes.
Thirsty people.
Hours after No More Deaths released a controversial video online showing Border Patrol agents kicking over water jugs, volunteer Scott Daniel Warren was arrested and charged with harboring undocumented immigrants, a felony. The other defendants, Natalie Renee Hoffman, Megan Holcomb, Madeline Hughes, Zacalia Orchazo, Caitlin Dagan, Zoe Anderson, Logan Hollersmith, and Rebecca Grossman Reichheimer. Boy, those are some hardcore Hispanic names, aren't they?
Yeah.
Well, like I said, American citizens.
Yes.
This is one of those places where things just go way too far, though. You know, it's like literally Border Patrol agents kicking over water jugs. Like, there's no need to do that.
And then and then federal agents arresting protesters for putting a video of that online, literally hours after the video was posted. Yeah. Not days, hours.
Like, that at least makes sense, but kicking over water jugs doesn't make sense, you know? And all these things, like, all these stories we hear about where, like, little Jewish grandmas get together and they want to, like, make bagels for the homeless, and then, you know, the government comes and shuts them down because apparently homeless people can't eat things that weren't approved by the FDA. I mean, it's just, like, you get this level of government intervention that literally cannot possibly make sense to anyone, not even government supporters. Why does it make sense to knock over water jugs that could be used to help people?
Well, you've got here Alicio Gerardo Fernandez, who was he was arrested on January the 11th. Basically, his wife is the Peruvian woman who got a lot of press for seeking sanctuary in 3 Colorado churches to avoid deportation. In an act of vendetta, they say the agency, Gerardo came to the agency's attention while we investigated his spouse. Of course he did. Gerardo has an old DUI conviction as well as a misdemeanor conviction for driving without a license. He was released from detention last month pending a deportation. Then a Mexican shellfish worker in Ocean Park, Washington, was quoted in a newspaper complaining about his longtime partner's deportation to Mexico. The next day, he was arrested by ICE agents. According to the Seattle Times, Gutierrez said the arresting agent asked him, "Oh, you're that one from the newspaper. We're here for you." Alberto has no criminal record.
The "we're here for you" was added, but they did say,
"You're the one from the newspaper." Alberto has no criminal record. An immigration judge lowered his bond in January. I love this one. Alejandra Pablos, an anti-Trump immigrant activist and field coordinator for the National Latina Institute for Reproductive Health in Virginia, March 7th, she was detained by agents after she flew to Arizona for an ICE check-in. She was convicted in Tucson of driving under the influence. She has a green card, but a DUI conviction makes her deportable. Claudia Rueda, immigration activist and college student who protested U.S. deportation policies, as well as the arrest of her mother on drug smuggling charges. She was arrested by immigration agents on May 18th. Oh, my birthday. Released 22 days later. She claims her detention was motivated by retaliation to silence her. A supervisory board told the Los Angeles Times they had identified Rueda as part of a support network for drug organizations. Her mother was never charged with narcotics offenses, but she has been held on immigration violations.
I do think that there are kind of two separate stories going on here, because these people who are getting arrested for DUIs, like I don't really have sympathy quite so much for those people.
What they're saying here is these are people that got arrested for DUI a long time ago and nobody really cared then. And then they got quoted saying something bad about Donald Trump, and then the next day the police showed up and deported them. Like when they did the DUI,
Alejandra is like a
4
different
years,
story.
Well, like when they do the DUI like 4 years ago, and then they just get told like, all right, well, we're not going to deport you, just go home. And then all of a sudden you say something about Donald Trump and boom, you're in jail a few hours later. Kind of at the very least, it gives the impression, like,
yeah, so there's that stuff. So this one with Claudia, I think, is definitely much more along those lines of like, it's like if you're going to be arrested because you're protesting, I think that's wrong.
Well, you've got 22-year-old immigration activist from Argentina named Daniela Vargas leaving a Jackson, Mississippi rally where she'd spoken in favor of undocumented rights. She was pulled over in the car she was riding and arrested because her DACA status had expired. She was brought to the U.S. as a child, received deferred action for childhood arrivals, which granted her temporary work permits and protection from deportation. So on her way home from speaking at a protest, she's arrested. I mean, come on. Again, like,
how do they know?
If it wasn't purposefully targeting her, well, ICE knows. This woman is, I'm sure there's like, when you go to Pork Fest, there's like a list of all the speakers, so when there's these big immigration things, if the police are willing to go, in Loudoun County, the police departments watch the Tattler, the local Tattler, which is like, it's just a paper it lists all the arrests in the county and like a couple of small stories. They watch that to see if a relative of someone that's wanted dies, and then they go and they wait at the funeral home, and when the person in mourning goes inside, as they come out of the funeral home, they arrest them. It's a common thing.
That is low on just the human morality
you think
scale.
ICE is not going to look at the list of speakers at these immigration law, pro-migrant events and not be like, oh, well, we've been looking for him and we've been looking for him and looking for him. And that's what happens. They go and they speak out on behalf of their rights or the rights of others, and then they get nabbed on their way home. I'm sorry, that's a politically motivated arrest. You would have left them alone. There would have been no problem if she'd have just went to her job at McDonald's and came home and not done anything. But she chose to go and speak publicly, and then you arrest her hours later. That's, again, at the very least, it has the glowing red aura of impropriety if it's not really impropriety.
Yeah, and I mean, Occam's razor, like, it's gonna be the simplest explanation.
Yeah.
Of that.
Let's see here. Well, the last one, last but not least, we've got Maru Mora Villalpando. She appeared in immigration court to face deportation on December the 20th. She came to the U.S. on a student visa and overstayed. She's a well-known activist who speaks against ICE detention policies in Washington state. She founded a resistant and immigration law resistance group and alleges that she was arrested as well for her government involvement.
She has no criminal record, dude.
Of any kind. There you go, guys. So there's your arguments that, they're all criminals. Well, some of them are, but
On Free Talk Live, we're bringing people to the ideas of liberty every day. From wrestling superstars like Glenn Jacobs.
You guys really are having an impact, I believe. Like I said, a lot of where I am now is due to listening to Free Talk Live. You changed my mind on some very important issues years ago.
To random people tuning in on the radio.
I was kind of stuck in the left-right paradigm. I heard your show by chance on a Saturday night. From there, I went on, joined the Free State Project, and become an amplifier. So, I mean, that's really the reason why I amp is because I know that if it wasn't for you guys being on as many stations as you are, I never would have found the ideas of liberty.
Your amp will directly change more lives by getting Free Talk Live in front of people looking for talk radio online and on the air. When you amp Free Talk Live, you get perks like access to the AMP-only Facebook group and AMP podcast. Visit amp.freetalklive.com.
LRN.FM is proud to announce our official listening apps for Android and iOS devices. Now you can easily tune into our streams anywhere, anytime on your smartphone or tablet. Just visit apps.lrn.fm or search for LRN.FM in the Android or Apple app stores. Please download, rate us 5 stars, then share the link on your social media, and let your friends and family know how you're listening to LRN.FM. Download it now, free at apps.lrn.fm.
Hi, this is Mark Edge of Free Talk Live. Michael W. Dean's book, User's Manual for the Human Experience, changed my life. In a culture that attempts to turn you into a compliant victim, this book gives you implementable steps on everything from how to be aware of your environment, walking down the street, to business, to how to handle a toxic person in your life. If you're a human, you need to read this book at least once. Go to Amazon and get the Kindle version, or paperback, or an audiobook of A User's Manual for the Human Experience.
More of the Call to Freedom is coming up next, live after the news on the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM.
From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Monday, April 30th, 2018. Silver is trading at $16.28 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,313 per ounce. Zencash is trading at $40, and the average price of Bitcoin is $9,296. Antiwar.com reports during Friday's summit, North Korean leader Kim Jong-un told South Korea's President Moon Jae-in that he is willing to totally abandon nuclear weapons in return for an end to the Korean War and a promise from the United States not to invade. North Korean officials have long said that their nuclear program was only necessary to deter a U.S. attack. Getting a formal pledge from the U.S. not to invade would achieve that goal, assuming it's a credible promise. North Korea appears to believe that they can get such a promise. New Secretary of State Mike Pompeo appeared optimistic as well. In comments on ABC's This Week, Pompeo said he believes there is a real opportunity for a denuclearization deal with North Korea. He added that conditions are right for such a deal. National Security Advisor John Bolton was less hopeful, saying that the U.S. must hold out for concrete evidence of denuclearization. Bolton had long supported attacking North Korea and has never favored diplomacy to achieve U.S. policy goals. Regardless of what cabinet members think, President Trump is the one that's going to be driving U.S. involvement in the peace process. Trump has been very clear in his support for a diplomatic process and the upcoming summit with Kim. Trump has defended the lead up to the summit in the face of growing media hostility towards diplomacy with North Korea. He has also rejected criticism that he's giving away too much, noting he hasn't actually given North Korea anything yet, and it does not intend to without North Korea scrapping its nuclear arsenal. Denuclearization for peace, after all, is exactly the grand bargain that the U.S. had sought with North Korea. The South Korean government has gone to great lengths to lay the groundwork for such a deal and very much wants a deal ending the Korean War. U.S. officials have expressed support for a peace deal, but have emphasized denuclearization as their top priority. Such a deal would have been unthinkable just a few years ago. After growing diplomatic progress, huge deals not only seem possible, but very practical. Everyone is unusually willing to make a deal, and summits are lining up at just the right time to make big things happen.
'Cause you're scared of people. Because 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 you're
Are you an advocate for free market money? Do you promote Bitcoin as an alternative in a fiat-centric world? Then you need Spendabit in your arsenal, the search engine for things you can buy with Bitcoin. Spendabit aggregates millions of products from thousands of Bitcoin-enabled merchants. Keep your money in the free economy. Visit spendabit.co today. Bitcoin merchants, ask about our merchant suite to reach even more customers. Spendabit.co. UPI reports Sprint and T-Mobile, two of the top 4 wireless phone carriers in the United States, announced on Sunday they have agreed to an all-stock merger that values the new provider at $146 billion. Deutsche Telekom AG, the German-based company that controls T-Mobile, and SoftBank Group Corp, the Tokyo-headquartered majority owner of Sprint, agreed to combine forces, according to a press release. T-Mobile paid $26.5 billion in stock for Sprint, with the total value including debt. The U.S. company will be called T-Mobile. It will be headquartered in Bellevue, Washington, which is where T-Mobile is based, with a second headquarter at Sprint's office in Overland Park, Kansas. John Legere, current president and CEO of T-Mobile, will serve as the new CEO, and Mike Sievert, current chief operating officer for T-Mobile, will be the president and chief operating officer of the combined company. Current Sprint CEO Marcelo Clare will serve on the board of the new company. For over 40 years, Roberts & Roberts Brokerage has been a trusted source for buying and selling precious metals. Gold, silver, platinum, and palladium. They don't feed the banks. They're Bitcoin preferred and have removed the minimum purchase amount for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts Brokerage today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 800-874-9760 or visit online at rrbi.co. Reuters reports police in New Orleans have obtained an arrest warrant for a 4th suspect wanted in connection with a gang rape investigation following the arrest of 3 U.S. Marines charged in the case. 2 women, a Tulane student and her friend, reported that they were raped by 4 men earlier this month at an off-campus home in New Orleans after a night out. The 2 women left a bar with 1 man and went to the house on April 15th. Once there, the man, identified by police as Antonio Landrum, invited 3 other men to the residence. The women claim all 4 men sexually assaulted them. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.
This is the Onion Week in Review.
A study published Friday by the University of Minnesota found that mosquitoes have no physiological reason for biting humans, with researchers noting that the insects feed exclusively on pollen and seemingly only suck human blood out of spite.
According to our findings, mosquitoes usually spit out the blood after a bite. They just really enjoy ruining outdoor activities and spreading deadly diseases.
Researchers added that mosquitoes often bite a variety of vertebrates besides humans, including baby pandas, koala bears, and very small puppies, all for fun. And in tech news, a new Visa talking credit card urges buyers to go for it.
Come on, buy it. You know you want it.
In other news, the utterance of a secret password grants customers access to a long-rumored 18-inch Subway sandwich. It's easy to tell what an area man would look like as a skeleton, and a longtime teacher retires without changing a single student's life. This week's scheduled interview with the surly and forlorn Matthew Modine was cut for time and is doomed to never be seen. For more, visit theonion.com/newsbeat.
The Call to Freedom is an opinion show. It's meant for informational purposes only. It is not licensed financial advice. It is very important to do your own analysis before making any investment based on your own personal circumstances. You should take independent financial advice from a professional in connection with or independently research and verify any information that you hear from the Call of Freedom and wish to rely upon, whether for the purpose of making an investment decision or otherwise. I mean, come on, guys. Duh. It's a cryptocurrency investment and a political talk radio. Of course, it's opinions.
Hold. Hold. Hold.
You better hold on for dear life, because it's time for the Crypto Hour, brought to you by Helium.com. On the Call to Freedom.
That's right. It's time for the Crypto Hour right here on the Call to Freedom, here on LRN.FM, broadcasting live from the Vertcoin studio right here in beautiful Keene, New Hampshire. We're in what I like to refer to as our wonderful little crypto community here. Basically, you can get your car fixed, you can have some coffee, you can get a burger or some pizza, some Indian food. You want some biryani and some naan? You want to get your transmission replaced? Need to get your taxes did? You can do all that right here with crypto.
Get your taxes did.
That's right. Get your taxes did. Pay that government extortion fee.
Yeah, but you made it sound like you're getting your hair done at a barber shop with the very nice African American lady doing most of the cutting.
It's one of those things where you don't want to do it, but if you need it, you're glad they're there, like the ER.
It helps.
Can you go to the ER with crypto up there?
Probably not. That's still a government industry.
Yeah.
Truth. Hey, Mel.
So as you can hear, we have our anarcho tax person right here that you take crypto, don't you?
Yeah, I take all major crypto.
All major crypto. Does that include Verge? I mean, it's accepted on Pornhub. So
you could.
It's major now.
So what I tell people is, I give them the list of the ones I take, and if you can talk me into some other one, but I don't like. I've had some people be like, "Oh, I just made this." Yeah, well, you know.
Right. We're gonna give you 50,000 wah. How's that?
That's a good hole right there.
Right. Well, it's the only cryptocurrency that's value is powered by libertarian drama. So
isn't WAN like the best currency to pay your tax accountant in? Because is there anything that libertarians whine more about than paying their taxes?
Well, that's a legitimate whine, though.
For real, yeah, that is a legitimate.
Also, I can't buy groceries with it, so.
That's why WAN is such a good long-term investment. Yeah, there is.
Go ahead.
We'll talk about Warren Buffett here in a minute. He's like, well, if you buy crypto, you're not producing anything. Well, if you buy WAN, there's a never-ending production of libertarian drama and whining.
For real.
I mean, it's always coming.
Well, right, but that's true of all investments. If you buy, or if it's true of all investments that if you buy them, you're not producing anything. Like, if you buy bonds, you're not producing anything either, so...
Okay, we're spoiling the story before we even get to rip into Buffett directly.
The only coin that you can invest in on Earth that has a never-ending supply of value backing it. Because libertarian drama is like what we wish fossil fuels were. It's this never-ending fuel that's constantly pushing the value of the WAN. So
ain't gonna be no more dinosaurs. There's always gonna be a libertarian drama.
For real, yo.
A meteor wouldn't take that stuff out. After the nuclear holocaust, it'll be the cockroaches and Arvind Vohra saying terrible things on Facebook.
Right. Well, now today's lead story on the Crypto Hour is from Warren Buffett, actually.
Speaking of whiners.
Right. According to him, Bitcoin's more of a gamble than an investment.
Those aren't different.
The Oracle of Omaha, Warren Buffett, whose aphorism and advice many investors take as gospel, has laid into Bitcoin, saying it's a gamble and not a real investment. The Berkshire Hathaway chairman and CEO and the world's third wealthiest person, according to Forbes, has long been skeptical of Bitcoin. In his latest comments on the subject, he told Yahoo Finance on Saturday that, quote, if you buy something like Bitcoin or some cryptocurrency, you don't really have anything that has produced anything. You're just hoping the next guy pays more. Yeah, that's what happens when you invest in gold or stocks or silver or anything else you invest in. You buy it at 12 cents, hoping that the next guy will buy it for 15. That's the point. I thought he was the Oracle of Omaha. He doesn't understand, like, basic introduction to business? I mean, come on.
Well, it's really easy to predict the future if you say really obvious things over and over again until they happen.
Yeah, I mean, just because he's good at running a business in a highly regulated market does not mean he knows basic economics.
Right. He continues on. There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, if you want to gamble, somebody else will come along and pay more money tomorrow. That's one kind of game, but it's not investing. Buffett bought Berkshire Hathaway, a struggling textile mill, in the early 60s and turned it into one of the world's most successful investment vehicles. According to his most recent letter to shareholders, the firm's share price has increased by 2.4 million % since the takeover, compared to 15,500% for the broad stock market. And that success has been attributed to a strategy of buying strong firms with business models that are simple to understand and difficult to disrupt. That philosophy has led Buffett to be skeptical of the technology sector and of Bitcoin in particular, which he called, quote, a mirage in March 2014. Around that time, Bitcoin was trading at $600 in January when the price was around $14,000. Buffett doubled down, saying cryptocurrencies will come to a bad ending and that cryptocurrency's price is close to $9,300 at this very moment.
So yeah, I mean, we all know the markets are down right now from that mega high that they were at between November and January, but a lot of people also saw that coming. But I want to kind of zero in, though, and we talk about this with some frequency, on Buffett's story himself, which is encapsulated here in just a brief paragraph. He bought a textile mill, and he turned the textile mill into an investment company. Transformational use. If you just buy cryptocurrency and sit on it, the value of the underlying crypto is not going to change because of your sitting on it. But if you invest in crypto and then use the crypto, transact in it, encourage other people to transact in it, support the cryptocurrency community, support the specific currencies that you want to see succeed that meet your market goals, then you can transform your investment into something more. When he says you can just buy it and hope somebody else will pay for it, I mean, that's what passive investment is, but that's also never what Warren Buffett himself has done. He's always, when he buys into a company or buys a company, he fixes it up. He increases the value actively. And that's what you should be doing if you're a crypto investor. You should be supporting cryptocurrency as a community and the coins that you support in general and helping their value grow rather than just sitting on your hands.
Pushing mass adoption. Pushing mass adoption.
Boom.
Pushing mass adoption. If you're a crypto investor, that's what you should be doing. You should be doing like what Ian does. And when you go to the Thirsty Owl and you go for karaoke and you have a taco, say, hey, do you take Bitcoin or Dash? Or do like I do. When the oil guy came this morning and delivered my oil, I said, hey, you know what? Do you take Dash? Because if you did, I know of 10 other people in town that would do business with you. It's not.
My name is Jacob Hornberger. I'm president of the Future of Freedom Foundation, which Congressman Ron Paul awarded for having an outstanding freedom website. Write us at fff@fff.org, and we'll send you a free 3-month subscription to our monthly journal of libertarian essays and our booklet, Economic Liberty in the Constitution, which George Mason University economics professor Walter Williams praised in a recent column. That's fff@fff.org.
The Free State Project has reached its goal of 20,000 liberty lovers who've pledged to move to New Hampshire and get active to achieve liberty in our lifetime. Perhaps you're trying to figure out what part of New Hampshire should be your destination. If so, consider Keene. You'll find more than 150 reasons to move to Keene at move.freekeene.com. Keene is famous for its historic, publicity-generating activism, as well as being the liberty media capital of the world. It's home to freekeene.com, New Hampshire's destination for liberty activism, news, and opinion. For years, we've been compiling over 150 reasons to move to Keene at move.freekeene.com, where you'll learn about some of what's happening here and what makes Keene a great place to live. If you love liberty, you'll probably enjoy anywhere you end up in the Shire. But do your due diligence first. Please visit move.freekeene.com for the full list of over 150 reasons to move to Keene. That's move.freekeene.com. There are lots of ways to listen to Free Talk Live. Our podcast has been around since podcasts began, and now the FTL feed is loaded with content besides our full show archives. Did you know that we make it easy for you to customize your podcast subscriptions? We have different feeds, one that includes only our full shows, one with just the Daily Digest, and one with just the Edgington Post. You decide what you listen to. It's quick and easy to customize your feeds at feeds.freetalklive.com. That's feeds.freetalklive.com.
Radio is the most personal of mediums. I exist right now in your head. If you listen to Free Talk Live regularly, you know me. Free Talk Live is on more than 160 radio stations around the U.S. and has been downloaded on every continent around the world. Hundreds of thousands of listeners with ad packages from $600 a month to $6,000 a month. Imagine what we can do for your business, project, website, or idea. Email me, mark@freetalklive.com.
LRN.FM now has a Discord. Discord is a free text and voice chat platform, and we now have our own server with a bunch of channels at discord.lrn.fm. You can join other listeners as they chat about various things during our live shows, or anytime, day or night. Discord software is available cross-platform, so you can have it on whatever device you want and take your chats anywhere. Join our Discord at discord.lrn.fm. That's discord.lrn.fm.
This is Michael Dean from the Freedom Fiends. I've run websites since 1996 and have used over a dozen web hosts in that time. AgristHosting.com is the only one that hasn't broken my heart. Agrist Hosting's uptime and service is stellar, and their DDoS mitigation is the best I've seen. That's important because if you tell the truth in this world, you'll ruffle feathers. And some people will try dirty tricks to silence your voice. No matter what the haters hit us with, Agrist Hosting keeps our websites online. If you have a mission-critical commercial presence or a world-changing activism site, you cannot tolerate any skullduggery. So go with agristhosting.com. Have a WordPress or blog site, but you're not satisfied with performance or uptime? Or just want raw hosting? Want to pay with Bitcoin? Agrist Hosting specializes in high-performance hosting with personalized service. Go to agristhosting.com and click on the button that says Get Hosted. That's agristhosting.com.
Join the LRN.FM Discord for live chat 24/7 at discord.lrn.fm. That's discord.lrn.fm.
You are listening to the Crypto Hour on the Call to Freedom, brought to you by Helium.com. Unasikiliza Crypto Hour inayohusu wito wa uhuru, imeletwa kwako na Helium.com.
Disclaimer. When I die, I want to be put into orbit around Earth in a flying kick position. This is my dream. My dream. My dream. My dream. My dream. This is my dream.
All right, welcome back here to the Crypto Hour here on the Call to Freedom here on LRN.FM. So we're broadcasting live from the Vertcoin studio right here in beautiful Keene, New Hampshire. And, well, I'm joined in the studio by Melanie from, what is the name of your little, your tax business over there?
Neighbors Tax Planning and Preparation, LLC.
Okay, so Anarchist Taxes. There you go. Neighbors, what's the website?
It is bookkeeping and taxes.com.
Okay. So it is the Crypto Hour. And we were just talking about Warren Buffett and his, his mealy mouth nonsense. But I had another story here, and I like it for two reasons. One is because it's somebody doing good things with crypto, and two is because they totally stole my idea. You guys remember back in January, at the beginning, when we first started the show, me talking about an idea that I had for something I called Sadaka.io, which means charity.io. And the idea was to build mining equipment and use that to make basically money to fund charities. And that the charity, you use the profits. So say we mine Zencash, right? So you mine a bunch of Zencash, and then you convert all that Zencash into Bitcoin, and then you go and you sell it on an exchange. The money that you sell it for goes to fund the charity efforts, and the percentage of premium, so 3%, 2%, 4%, whatever, that money gets reinvested to build more miners, so that it becomes a charity that's self-funding and self-perpetuating. Well, UNICEF has come up with something similar. This is from CoinDesk. Says UNICEF is mining crypto to raise funds for children. The United Nations Children's Fund is seeking to harness supporters' computers to raise donations via cryptocurrency mining. To that end, the organization has launched the Hope Page, a website that mines cryptocurrency with the help of visitors' computers' processing power. The nonprofit described in a statement that the site will allow Australians to provide help and hope to vulnerable children by simply opening the page while they're online. According to the website, the Hope Page will allow visitors to select how much processing power they want to contribute to the mining process. The longer they stay on the site, the more cryptocurrencies mined. UNICEF states, quote, "Mining is perfectly safe for your computer. If you're ever worried about power consumption, just turn down the amount of processing power that you're donating." Any cryptocurrency that is mined is turned into fiat currency and donated to UNICEF Australia to be used for helping vulnerable children worldwide with life-saving supplies such as drinking water, food, and vaccines. The browser miner is powered by an opt-in version of CoinHive.
Oh no, UNICEF! You couldn't find a non-criminal program to use for this good purpose? Come on! I knew there was a catch. I knew we couldn't do something nice for little kids with crypto without somebody getting the hackers involved. Gah! Come on, UNICEF. Come on. I was so happy. And then CoinHive snuck into this broadcast.
Says,
maybe we should remind people what CoinHive is so I don't sound like just a total crazy person.
CoinHive API and AuthEd mine, and they mine Monero cryptocurrency. Now,
No!
Okay, so CoinHive and this whole like Monero hiving based on CoinHive, we cover story over and over and over again. At least one every 10 days probably since we started the show.
At least
about CoinHive being
malware. It's
basically,
malware.
Yeah, it's malware. And some people being able to corrupt it. So that instead of the coins going to UNICEF, the coins go to whoever the guy is who figured out how to hack it. So it's in Albuquerque, and it happened, and it being like a pretty normal thing.
It's more likely to be like Albuquerque, Croatia, or something like that. It's literally
the worst possible service that they could have picked
that we know of. And the thing is, it is the most prolific, but the reason it's the most widely used, browser-based crypto miner is because it's been so thoroughly play-tested by cyber criminals. Which is not the way that you want to increase your market penetration in the crypto community.
Google Chrome just did a thing where it was like over 100,000 websites, wasn't it? Let me see if I can find that. The Google Chrome CoinHive thing. And they were all malicious. They were all using CoinHive maliciously. You can't use any was it now? CoinHive is now blocked on Google Chrome automatically.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Well, it should be.
Yes, it should.
Well, they went through. They did like an audit of websites and found over 100,000 websites on Google that were Google Chrome like compatible, like app kind of stuff, and that were installing malicious software on your computer that kept your computer mining via CoinHive forever, like just in perpetuity, without permission from the user or from Google Chrome. Like they went through and like just got rid of over 100,000 apps and websites. They completely got them off of their website.
Like here's an article from the Motherboard publication that publishes through Vice, and like the headline is "Creators of in-browser cryptocurrency miner CoinHive say their reputation couldn't be worse." The creators of it are like, yeah, this is. We have a really bad rep, guys.
Yeah.
Careful with our stuff. You know, it's kind of like my pit bull is really nice, but we had these puppies that all got adopted by dog fighters, and you don't want to mess with any of them. That's what CoinHive is now. All the variants that are out there is the problem. The adoption, it says here the adoption by cyber criminals went so fast that the legitimate developers couldn't keep up with all the variants.
Is spreading the message of liberty, cryptocurrency, and peace around the globe worth $2 per month to you? As you may already know, in addition to our internet feed, LRN.FM broadcasts on free-to-air satellite across North and Central America, as well as Sub-Saharan Africa. And we've been available on satellite for free 24/7 since 2010. The LRN.FM free-to-air satellite signal is reaching some of the most oppressive regimes in the world, and there's no doubt our ideas are making an impact. You can learn more about the channel's impact by watching the 3-minute video at fund.lrn.fm. If you'd like to help free minds globally with our ideas of liberty, cryptocurrency, and peace, you can donate as little as $2 per month via fund.lrn.fm. You can help us continue and expand our satellite broadcast to multiple continents. Visit fund.lrn.fm today, and thank you for your help. Don't forget to share the link on social media. That's fund.lrn.fm.
This Your Family Today tip is brought to you by Stouffer's, helping bring your family together with wholesome dinner options, even on the busiest of nights. Find dinner table ideas to bring your family together at letsfixdinner.com. To get kids involved in dinnertime conversation, ask specific questions, not broad ones. Instead of what happened today at school, try what was the best thing that happened today. The more specific you are, the more they'll have to say. For more tips like these, visit us at parenthood.com/yourfamilytoday.
A Rasmussen poll reveals that nearly all American voters share a deep fear of botching another election, with most voters admitting that selecting candidates for public office is something they're historically just not particularly good at.
I really hope I don't completely fuck things up as usual, but you never know. Things do happen.
According to the poll, 3/4 of voters said Election Day panic would cause them to base their vote entirely on hearsay, while 93% acknowledged that they only recognized names of local candidates from signs along state highways. In Cedar Rapids, Iowa, stunned friends and acquaintances expressed shock and disbelief when a body found in the woods turned out not to be Justin. Local residents found the naked corpse draped over a tree stump Saturday, and as news spread, many found themselves struggling to comprehend how it wasn't Justin lying dead in the forest.
I heard the news, and I still can't come around to it. I just can't imagine that it's not Justin there lying dead in the woods. Are they absolutely sure it's not him?
Friends and family are still urging authorities to double-check the body, or at the very least, bring in Justin as a suspect.
This is the Onion News Network.
Did you know you can get news updates about what's happening with the Liberty Radio Network delivered in the way you prefer? You can sign up for our email updates at updates.lrn.fm. Plus, you can stay in the loop by joining our Facebook profile at facebook.lrn.fm or follow us at Twitter at twitter.lrn.fm. It's all free, so sign up now at updates.lrn.fm for news updates delivered to your email box, facebook.lrn.fm to follow our Facebook page, and twitter.lrn.fm to receive our tweets.
Since time began, tyrants have taken aim at personal liberties. Now there's a movie that aims back.
The government has no more right to tell us what to put in our bodies than they have to take our guns or tell us what books we can read.
6 drug police were eaten by bears while raiding a marijuana farm.
On your knees, you dirty hippies! Jesus. On your knees! What's the problem, officer?
Today, many cops who enforce pot laws do so only because it provides them with cushy jobs, good benefits, and a chance to push people around.
I was an undercover narcotics officer. The drug war is nothing but a farce.
The Second Amendment says you gotta keep you and your gat intact.
Guns and Weed, The Road to Freedom. A film by Michael W. Dean and Nima Vadadi.
DVD available now at gunsandweed.com or on Amazon. That's gunsandweed.com. Makes the perfect gift. Remember, that's gunsandweed.com.
You're listening to the best liberty-oriented audio streamed around the clock, on the air, and online. This is the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM.
You are listening to the Crypto Hour, brought to you by Helium.com, on the call to freedom, on LRN.FM. أنتم تستمعون إلى The Crypto Hour. يقدم إليكم برعاية Helium.com على برنامج نداء للحرية على LRN.FM.
Live from the Verticoin studio. This is the call to freedom. It's the Crypto Hour, brought to you by Helium 47 here on LRN.FM. When you kill the faucet, you color 5 to get some free coins. This is the call to freedom.
That's right. It's the call to freedom here on LRN.FM. We're broadcasting live from the Vertcoin studio right here in beautiful Keene, New Hampshire. And you know what? I call it a beautiful crypto community because that's really what it is. You can do just about anything here with cryptocurrencies. Melanie was saying, you know, I can't buy groceries with it. Well, you know what? If we lived in Portsmouth, you can. If you live in Portsmouth.
With the specific currency, with Verge or with crypto? With crypto. Okay. Crypto, yes, but you were talking about accepting specifically Verge.
Oh, no, I was. Yeah, okay, I get you. Yeah, but yeah, you can buy groceries with crypto in Portsmouth now. Not Bitcoin, because the Bitcoin store no longer takes Bitcoin. That's kind of funny. The Bitcoin shop no longer accepts Bitcoin, but you can do it with Dash or Bitcoin Cash, and I'm sure you can.
I was told that the Bitcoin shop does accept Bitcoin. They just have a basically upcharge to counteract when the fee was like $30.
Yeah. Well, no, I heard that they quit altogether for a while because it was so the fees were so outlandish that it was just like,
the owner told me they didn't.
Oh, okay. Well, then where did that article come from that said that they did?
It came from people liking to make stuff up and people not reading. Did you read the whole article or did you just read the headline?
I read the article.
Have you listened to this show? He never reads the whole article.
Right.
Until we get on the air. And then halfway down, he's like, this doesn't say what the headline said, and we do something else.
Yep.
I just ignore headlines. I read articles based on the picture.
Right.
No, not really.
Based
but
on the picture.
It's about as good.
Right. Well, you know what? If you want to come up and visit our little crypto community, there's an awesome opportunity for you to do so coming up soon. You've got 2 opportunities. I call it one because for me, it's just 10 days of fun. Join liberty-minded voluntarists, anarchists, activists, and libertarians this summer from June the 14th through June the 18th for ForkFest 2018 at Rogers Campground in the beautiful White Mountains of New Hampshire. ForkFest is a fork of other camping parties in the woods, and you're invited to come create whatever experience that you'd like to see others have. ForkFest is completely decentralized. That means nobody's in charge, so everyone's in charge. It's completely up to you to create what happens. Or, you know what? Just come out, kick back, relax, cooler, lawn chair, tent, and hanging out with some great Liberty lovers in the woods. Go on over to learn more at forkfest.party. You can join our forum, or you can get involved at the Telegram chat group. Again, that's forkfest.party. Hope to see you guys there. So we got started on, and we got totally off track. Basically, UNICEF is using malicious software to help people mine for cryptocurrencies to fund their organization. So basically, UNICEF is helping Croatian gangsters get rich.
That's what we're afraid of, yeah. I was about to say, we didn't really get off track. We discovered the unfortunate sundry underbelly of what seemed like a really nice crypto story.
It did at first. It was like, oh, that sounds like a good idea. Oh, CoinHive.
Yeah, so like research whatever charities you decide to give money to. Right. Make sure it's not like 99% admin cost to just the president of the company, stuff like that.
It says as of press time, over 1,600 people have been donating computer power to aid the organization. So basically, ripe for a hack.
That's 1,600 new additions to the botnet.
For real, yo. I mean, let's. CoinDesk knows too, because CoinDesk has done stories on how CoinHive is malicious. So, like, this is just advertising to hackers. You know, hey, hackers over there. Yeah, hey, you, over here. Here's 1,600 victims. Go get rich.
And a really, really easy way to add more. Just pretend you're doing it for charity.
For real, yo. Well, not only that, but I have a really good feeling that UNICEF doesn't have the best, like, security, cybersecurity. Like, they could probably be scamming all of the people that get, like, as long as they leave, like, 2 miners dripping money to UNICEF, they could probably take everything else, and UNICEF wouldn't even notice
about miners
for, like, 6 or 8 months.
Freezing. I just
first name.
What? No, oh, come on.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I just sorts of bad places.
Well, no, the other story just has the song going through my
head. All right. So anyway, if you're gonna donate crypto to charity, try to find a charity that like takes it direct instead of risking both the security of your computer and the security of the free world as we know it with malicious crypto miners.
Well, this is why I like the Sautica.io idea. Is because you build the first miner, you use the money from the mining equipment. Say you sponsor. Say there's a family, and this is how I got the idea. Say there's a family, they've got somebody that's terminally ill and they can't take care of the family anymore, and they're my age, you know, in their mid-30s, and life just decided to give them a kick in the balls. Well, you set the family up. You teach them how to use the mining software, the mining equipment. You set them up. They mine. They pay the bill, the electric bill, and then they transfer all of the currency to the charity. Charity switches it into Bitcoin, sells the Bitcoin. The Bitcoin, the money for the coin goes to the family. The premium percentage that's charged as like a sales fee goes back to the charity. And it's a self-sustaining charity that way. And you get to do something good for somebody, and then that charity is now taking in the money that's necessary to build another miner to sponsor a homeless shelter or to sponsor a battered women's center or another poor family that needs it. I think it could revolutionize charity, but not using CoinHive. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So Arya, I heard you just entered the channel. Welcome.
Yay!
Let's spring this on you. You ready for some good news, bad news, Arya?
Always.
Okay. Good news. UNICEF is using cryptocurrency miners to allow people to donate their CPU power to generate cryptocurrency for children's charities. Bad news.
Who did you say?
UNICEF.
What percentage of the proceeds actually goes.
Let's say.
Well, that depends on how you look at it.
Yep.
They go
Because
to
here's the bad news.
UNICEF, So.
Yeah, it goes to UNICEF, but here's the bad news. They're using CoinHive.
Right?
I didn't hear the good news.
The good news is that apparently UNICEF has decided to boycott Google.
Right? Because Google Chrome, you can't use CoinHive.
Well,
on
no,
it.
because if you Google the plugins you were using, you would know that.
Yes. Oh, Lord, Arya. You have already missed a whole lot of fun.
But you've also already
Sounds
created
like
a whole lot of fun, so we're catching up.
Right. Well, when we get back, we're going to talk about my baloney here on the Crypto Hour.
Ew.
Here on LRN.FM. We're seriously, we're going to talk about my baloney.
Oh, Lord.
Do you want to talk about my baloney? Give us a call, 603-283-6160. That's 603-283-6160.
More word, we'll end up talking about your Wienermobile.
What do you shop for that you could otherwise buy at Amazon? Pretty much everything, right? Amazon has competitive pricing and they deliver, and that's a big plus. If you could plan ahead in your shopping, would you be interested in saving up to 33%? There's a catch. You have to do your shopping in Bitcoin. But imagine those savings. It's like a huge raise. All you have to do is go to saveitpurse.com. We've saved thousands, and you can too. Plan ahead and save. Saveitpurse.com.
My name is Angel Rach. I'm a mother of 2 teenage children, and I fought all the way to the Supreme Court for the right to use the medicine that saved my life. I've been permanently disabled for 10 years, with an inoperable brain tumor, wasting syndrome, and several other serious conditions. For 4 years, I was in a wheelchair, in so much pain, I couldn't even hug my kids. The hardest part was looking in their eyes and seeing how much they were suffering because of my medical condition. The medicine that gave me my life back and gave my kids their mom back was cannabis, also known as medical marijuana. With medical marijuana, I can walk, maintain my weight, and I can be a mom. Without it, my doctors believe that I would die. To learn more about medical marijuana, contact Marijuana Policy Project at 1-877-JOIN-MPP or on the web at mpp.org.
Imagine someone in your community getting in their car, turning on the radio, and hearing the Liberty Radio Network. You can make that vision a reality with your own micro radio station. Visit broadcast.lrn.fm to learn how you can put our programs on the air in your area. You can have LRN.FM running around the clock, and you can even add in your own local shows. Building a radio station is simple, but programming isn't. That's where LRN.FM comes in. Learn more at broadcast.lrn.fm. That's broadcast.lrn.fm.
Looking for a great real estate investment? Consider New Hampshire, which is ground zero for the Liberty Movement. Your first call should be to Mark Worden from Porcupine Real Estate. He's more than just a real estate agent. He's your New Hampshire concierge. Where are the best places to live? Do you want farm, city, the burbs, or forest? Do you want a duplex or multifamily building so that renters pay your mortgage? There are homes in all price ranges in New Hampshire, and Mark can help with financing too. Invest in Liberty and property. Mark Worden can help.
PorcupineRealEstate.com. The 3 most important things you can do for LRN.FM are: 1. Let your friends know you're listening to LRN.FM on your social networking profile. 2. Buy the things you buy online through shop.lrn.fm. 3. Give $5 a month to the AMP program at amp.lrn.fm. It's my firm belief that the AMP program is the best use of your charitable dollar among liberty-oriented groups. Support all your favorite organizations, but make sure you give $5 a month to the AMP program at amp.lrn.fm.
Why did you move to the Shire?
I moved here to the Shire because there's other people around who take liberty just as seriously as I do.
I moved to the Shire because I saw videos of people challenging authority and thought that I could get support myself. It called to me, like, do this right now.
I wanted to be around people like me who got it, and once I got here, I knew there was nowhere else that I wanted to be.
I've always wanted to change the world, so I moved to the Shire to join people who were actually working towards doing the same thing.
The people here are awesome, loving, and positive. It was for the adventure and for the feeling of something important is happening here. And I just wanted to come to sort of be part of that.
Visit ShireSociety.com to read and sign the Shire Society Declaration and learn the reasons why, if you love liberty, you should immigrate to the Shire. Plus, add yourself to the Shire map at ShireSociety.com. That's ShireSociety.com.
Do you love Twitter? Make sure you favorite the LRN.FM Twitter account so you can receive our tweets at twitter.lrn.fm. That's twitter.lrn.fm.
You are listening to the Crypto Hour on the Call to Freedom.
تستمتعون إلى The Crypto Hour على برنامج نداء للحرية.
We're going to dance. We're going to dance and have some fun.
Dig.
All right, welcome back here to the Call to Freedom here on LRN.FM. We're broadcasting live from the Vertcoin studio right here in beautiful Keene, New Hampshire. And it is the final segment of this Monday afternoon drive home episode of the Crypto Hour in our Call to Freedom broadcast today. And I'm just tickled pink here at the next story.
Baloney pink.
Baloney pink, that's right. And I am so digging this next story.
My baloney has a first name. It's O-S-C-A-R. My baloney has a second name. It's M-A-Y-E-R. Oh, I love to eat it every day. And if you ask me why, I'll say, 'cause Oscar Mayer has a way with B-O-L-O-G-N-A.
Oscar Mayer, the first name
So,
of Bologna.
How's that?
Do you want some Baycoin?
I was going to ask what we're triggered about today.
Do you want some Baycoin?
If you're not triggered by that, then I don't know if you ever get triggered.
Well, Oscar Mayer wants you to have some Baycoin. The company has announced on Monday the unveiling of which it's calling the first ever cryptocurrency backed by the gold standard of Oscar Mayer bacon.
Oscar
doesn't
Mayer
even-
This is a
that's not even
bacon-backed cryptocurrency?
It's not even a coherent statement.
Yeah, as far as I know, Oscar Mayer doesn't make bacon. They make pre-packaged microwavable pork product. But that ain't bacon.
It's brilliant, though. I mean, there are so many people out there who just love freaking bacon for some reason that if you offer them a cryptocurrency that is... I mean, words mean things, but let's pretend like they don't and just say there's a bacon-backed crypto, they'll be thrilled.
Yeah, but, you know, if bacon is Bitcoin, then Oscar Mayer's excuse for bacon is like...
How many bacon packages
Bitcoin
do you look
silver.
at before you find one you like? Well, Oscar Mayer knows
I don't
just
look at
what you're looking
packages. I get it out of the meat
bacon that
case.
cooks up like this, with nice, even slices, and the best balance of fat to lean. At Oscar Mayer, that's the way we select our bacon, too. Before you ever
This is
see
an
it,
Oscar
you
Mayer
get
bacon
consistent,
commercial from the
high-quality
1970s.
bacon
So
every time,
evidently,
because we do
Oscar
what
Mayer
you
has
do
had bacon for
before
a
you do
while.
it.
They've even
Go
got
Oscar Mayer,
a 2013 commercial called the Hip Dad bacon commercial. Yeah, where the dad walked in, he's like,
What's the 411?
Sup, homies?
Nah, bro, I'm cool. I'm just chill-maxing.
Is there something that you wanted?
We can't
Oh my
just
God.
spend a little QT as a posse on the
This
download.
totally sounds like
talking like
Oscar
that.
Mayer
I'm just
bacon
hoping
right
you give me
here.
the last piece of bacon. Holler!
They inadvertently did the same thing with this commercial here. Like, oh, there's this cool thing that's kind of trendy right now. Like, let's jump into it. And we have no idea what the hell it has to do with anything at all. Holla!
Bacon as a cool thing that's kind of trendy, as opposed to a staple meat of the American diet for the past 400 years.
Oh, God. No, the crypto thing. Says,
that too.
With this initiative, Oscar Mayer is offering Baycoins, a kind of online incentive to get users promoting the brand's meat products on social media and email. Through the company's official website, users mine Bacoins that become worth more, denominated by slices of bacon, as consumer awareness is increased. Accompanying the campaign is a new commercial pitching the Bacoin. Oh, God, I have got to see this.
Pitching the Bacoin.
Oh, my goodness. Yes, it is really a thing. Oh, no. This is real. It's really a commercial. From Coin Korea. Oh, this is awesome. Oh, no, I can't believe it. They really made this. Come on. Nobody cares about your intro. Yes, too long.
May sound like baloney, but American meat maker Oscar Mayer has entered the cryptocurrency
It's not
space.
the commercial. You people suck. So there's all these different
Who's
things.
the king
Oh,
of
there
the
we go.
valley, little piggy? That's right. It's Keith. Welcome to 2018. Where our homes, they're 3D printed. Our reality? Augmented. And our tech is now wearable. And starting today, our money's going to be downright delicious with Oscar Mayer Bacoin. Yeah, that's right. I created a cryptocurrency that pays out with the gold standard of bacon, Oscar Mayer. And I gave it a fun, pithy little name. Bacoin. Perfect. Why? Because it is insanely good bacon. How? Well,
no, it
I
isn't.
started over breakfast at my sustainably built, eco-friendly kitchen table, eating said bacon. Ooh. This bacon's like the gold standard of bacon.
No, it isn't.
It's money, bro. And that's when it hit me. What if this bacon actually was money, bro? So I pitched my game-changing epiphany to Oscar Mayer. Oh, and they caught it with one word. Brilliant idea. So together, mostly
Are we
me,
sure this didn't come out on
created
April
Bacoin.
1st?
Because it's like I always say, if you're going to build a currency out
Are
of
we sure
bacon,
this didn't
make
come
it
out
the
on April
best
1st?
Bacon.
No.
And I seriously do say
It came out on April 30th.
It will be on
Yeah,
my
I mean,
tombstone.
it sounds like satire.
It came out
Right
today.
now, you're probably like, oh, but Keith, how do I get
Just
a
because somebody,
Bitcoin? Well,
just because a third party
I'm about to
posted it to
sizzle your
YouTube
brain.
today doesn't mean it came
Because
out
all you
today.
have to do is head over to OscarMayer.
All the media coverage is coming out today.
Best
So-
of all, once you get a Bacoin, you can cash it out for real
Either it's
Oscar
a
Mayer
really,
bacon.
really
Or play the market
late
for a chance at even more.
effect
1 pack?
troll
2 packs?
or
3 packs? Yes?
serious.
Sure? You bet. But don't keep my brilliant idea just to yourself. Because the more you share, the more it could be worth. Now, before you ask, yes, this is a real thing. And yes, this could be you. Because
I
when
mean,
it
if you
comes
have to
changing
tell
the world,
people that it's a
we're
real
only limited
thing,
by our imagination.
you probably shouldn't do it.
Right?
This is true.
Everybody's like, this is a troll. This isn't really. No way. Yes, this is a real
Yeah, so
thing.
if this is supposed to be real, then Oscar
Oh my
Mayer, you
God.
should know that you have an employee who hates you and is about to quit.
Bacoins can be cashed out by customers for real packs of bacon, according to the company. The value of a single Bacoin is worth 3 slices of the company's bacon, according to its official price tracker. Oscar
So
Mayer.
it's worth less than Doge.
Oscar Mayer is the gold standard. Have you bought bacon recently? It's like,
Oh, I've bought bacon. Oscar Mayer is not bacon. It's
Oscar Mayer
bacon.
is the gold standard of
Bacon.
bacon because of our
That,
dedication.
stop saying
to
that.
hand selecting the best.
Okay, so
Tom
it's not a
appears to
crypto.
have this passionate love for bacon.
So it's not a cryptocurrency.
Have you seen a picture of me? Of course I have a passionate love for bacon. I'm a fat white
gift
guy.
card.
Well, no, it's a cryptocurrency that's value is tied directly to the value of 3 strips of Oscar Mayer bacon.
Guys, the symbol for this coin is a slice of Oscar Mayer bologna with the Bitcoin symbol in it, drawn in what appears to be bacon fat.
Yes!
It's on the back of the guy's computer.
only
Okay,
is it a horrible
so they
investment, it'll cost
tried to write a cryptocurrency, and I kind of doubt anybody at Oscar Mayer is a cryptologist. And then they tried to create a tethered cryptocurrency.
Yes, that's
They have
tethered.
no idea, like what?
It's like banana coin only for bacon. So instead of
Only if the bananas were crap bananas. Too.
This is just a
look at
really
this.
complicated
okay,
gift card.
Tom,
Is what
who
this
do you
is.
like better, Tom, so that we can get past the whose bacon is better?
Oh, I get the locally sourced stuff
My
from my
bologna has
local
a first name.
markets.
It's Will.
When I'm eating bacon, I like to know the name of the pig it was cut from. That's what my deal is.
I don't know why people name things that they're just going to cut into.
So that you can identify where the bacon came from. I don't want the bacon from Charlotte. I want the bacon from Wilbur. You know?
We used to name the
Wilbur
pigs.
eats a better diet,
We
you know?
slaughtered pigs when I was a kid growing up, and we named them.
I've always found that disturbing.
You get used to it.
Yeah, well, I find the fact that you do people's taxes disturbing, but you don't see me crapping all over your hobby.
We had a turkey, not a turkey, a goat. Every year we got a goat, and its name was Billy, and it was my friend until August, and then it became my cheeseburgers.
Goat burgers. We should make goat coin.
Oh,
Augustus Invictus would buy a passel of it.
Sue us for intellectual property. All right, when we get back here, the Crypto Hour is over. We're going to get into a story here. This is crazy. You have, they have PhDs, so they call themselves doctors.
So the protection of life, liberty, and property is what the Free State Project is all about. But it's an effort to move 20,000 people who understand.
It's about demonstrating to the entire country
that, yeah, we can have a free market, a truly free market. Making it just a freer, great place to live.
It's the world's largest voluntarist libertarian community, and it's only getting bigger.
That's amazing, to be able to move to a place where other people passionately believe in being free and independent.
What the Free State Project is managing to do, though, is to put their money where their mouth is. It's physically getting up across the country and saying, let's go someplace and let's demonstrate the power of these ideas. There's a lot of kind of philosophy that surrounds liberty. There's a lot of thinking about it and talking about it. But here in New Hampshire, people are doing it.
101 Reasons Liberty Lives in New Hampshire, a documentary by Free State Project Early Movers. Watch it free at 101reasonsfilm.com. 101reasonsfilm.com. Did you know we've taken our LRN.FM telephone listen line to a new level with the LRN.FM audio on demand line? Now you can call 712-770-8447 anytime and listen to LRN.FM's live feed. And you can listen to a bunch of our original shows on demand. Long distance fees may apply. Just dial 712-770-8447 and choose from the menu. 712-770-8447.
Are you tired of governments murdering people around the world? Stop using their money. There is an alternative. Bitcoin is a stateless, free market, non-political currency. Bitcoin cannot be inflated or controlled by any government. By using their money, you are helping the state. Stop doing it. You have an incredible alternative available now. Learn it, use it, spread it.
Get started with Bitcoin at bitcoin.com. That's bitcoin.com.
More of the Call to Freedom is coming up next, live after the news on the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM.
From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Monday, April 30th, 2018. Silver is trading at $16.28 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,313 per ounce. Zencash is trading at $40, and the average price of Bitcoin is $9,296. Antiwar.com reports during Friday's summit, North Korean leader Kim Jong-un told South Korea's President Moon Jae-in that he is willing to totally abandon nuclear weapons in return for an end to the Korean War and a promise from the United States not to invade. North Korean officials have long said that their nuclear program was only necessary to deter a U.S. attack. Getting a formal pledge from the U.S. not to invade would achieve that goal, assuming it's a credible promise. North Korea appears to believe that they can get such a promise. New Secretary of State Mike Pompeo appeared optimistic as well. In comments on ABC's This Week, Pompeo said he believes there is a real opportunity for a denuclearization deal with North Korea. He added that conditions are right for such a deal. National Security Advisor John Bolton was less hopeful, saying that the U.S. must hold out for concrete evidence of denuclearization. Bolton had long supported attacking North Korea and has never favored diplomacy to achieve U.S. policy goals. Regardless of what cabinet members think, President Trump is the one that's going to be driving U.S. involvement in the peace process. Trump has been very clear in his support for a diplomatic process and the upcoming summit with Kim. Trump has defended the lead up to the summit in the face of growing media hostility towards diplomacy with North Korea. He has also rejected criticism that he's giving away too much, noting he hasn't actually given North Korea anything yet, and it does not intend to without North Korea scrapping its nuclear arsenal. Denuclearization for peace, after all, is exactly the grand bargain that the U.S. had sought with North Korea. The South Korean government has gone to great lengths to lay the groundwork for such a deal and very much wants a deal ending the Korean War. U.S. officials have expressed support for a peace deal, but have emphasized denuclearization as their top priority. Such a deal would have been unthinkable just a few years ago. After growing diplomatic progress, huge deals not only seem possible, but very practical. Everyone is unusually willing to make a deal, and summits are lining up at just the right time to make big things happen.
Are you an advocate for free market money? Do you promote Bitcoin as an alternative in a fiat-centric world? Then you need Spendabit in your arsenal, the search engine for things you can buy with Bitcoin. Spendabit aggregates millions of products from thousands of Bitcoin-enabled merchants. Keep your money in the free economy. Visit spendabit.co today. Bitcoin merchants, ask about our merchant suite to reach even more customers. Spendabit.co.
UPI reports Sprint and T-Mobile, two of the top 4 wireless phone carriers in the United States, announced on Sunday they have agreed to an all-stock merger that values the new provider at $146 billion. Deutsche Telekom AG, the German-based company that controls T-Mobile, and SoftBank Group Corp, the Tokyo-headquartered majority owner of Sprint, agreed to combine forces, according to a press release. T-Mobile paid $26.5 billion in stock for Sprint, with the total value including debt. The U.S. company will be called T-Mobile. It will be headquartered in Bellevue, Washington, which is where T-Mobile is based, with a second headquarter at Sprint's office in Overland Park, Kansas. John Legere, current president and CEO of T-Mobile, will serve as the new CEO, and Mike Sievert, current chief operating officer for T-Mobile, will be the president and chief operating officer of the combined company. Current Sprint CEO Marcelo Clare will serve on the board of the new company.
For over 40 years, Roberts & Roberts Brokerage has been a trusted source for buying and selling precious metals. Gold, silver, platinum, and palladium. They don't feed the banks. They're Bitcoin preferred and have removed the minimum purchase amount for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts Brokerage today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 800-874-9760 or visit online at rrbi.co.
Reuters reports police in New Orleans have obtained an arrest warrant for a 4th suspect wanted in connection with a gang rape investigation following the arrest of 3 U.S. Marines charged in the case. 2 women, a Tulane student and her friend, reported that they were raped by 4 men earlier this month at an off-campus home in New Orleans after a night out. The 2 women left a bar with 1 man and went to the house on April 15th. Once there, the man, identified by police as Antonio Landrum, invited 3 other men to the residence. The women claim all 4 men sexually assaulted them. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.
Pennington is reeling this hour from one of the biggest stories we've seen in decades.
That's right, Kathy. Mayor Sue Hallinan has stepped down following revelations of her involvement in a coupon forging scandal. After a week of fervent denials, Mayor Hallinan admitted that last Thursday she used 5 counterfeit coupons on a weekly shopping trip to the Kroger for a savings totaling $14.81.
Once you've made a fake coupon and you've had a taste of that power, it's hard to stop.
Mayor Hallinan also apologized for her first response to the controversy when she blamed Jared the paperboy for stealing her coupons and replacing them with the fakes.
I don't know what to say. She could have ruined my career. I hope she goes to jail forever.
And in what many are saying is the ultimate indignity, Mayor Hallinan's photo has been put up on the Kroger's so-called banishment wall in between such undesirables as the Fredericks boy and infamous gum thief, Mr. Ivins.
This is the Onion News Network.
You are listening to the Call to Freedom live on LRN.FM. تستمعون إلى نداء للحرية مباشرة على LRN.FM.
right. Welcome back here to the Call to Freedom here on LRN.FM. It's our third hour of this Monday afternoon broadcast here on the Call to Freedom. We've been talking, of course, our crypto hour, and we started the show off with a discussion of, well, the growing list of political prisoners that we see under the Trump administration. So there's a good sock in the jaw to the right. Well, now it's time to take the gloves off and give another good spanking to the left. This is I'm just gonna wander out on a limb here and say that this is just an what's the word I'm looking for? An easily foreseeable consequence of our modern social justice warrior culture. This printed in Pediatrics Perspectives. It's written by Jessica Martucci, PhD, and Ann Barnhill, PhD, from the Department of Medical Ethics and Health Policy at Perriman's School of Medicine at the University of Pennsylvania, Philadelphia. The title, The Unintended Consequences of Invoking the Natural in Breastfeeding Promotion. Basically, it spends 2 paragraphs complaining that many different public and private entities have used the term natural while promoting the healthy option of breastfeeding your children. Says a recent Newfield Council report documents that these overlapping ideas in detail, and suggests that although some individuals may understand natural and unnatural as value neutral, well, there are other perspectives. For example, the fear that scientific innovation may be wrong because they move living things away from their fundamental nature, and that nature offers the best way of doing things. The latter view is clearly and commonly invoked in breastfeeding promotion. For example, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, quote, "It's only natural. Breastfeeding promotion campaign is an explicit attempt to persuade women to breastfeeding by framing breastfeeding as better than formula because it's natural." Furthermore, the American Academy of Pediatrics has referred to breast milk as, quote, "the best and most natural food for infants," end quote.
Isn't this true, though? I mean, isn't there massive amounts of research demonstrating that breastfeeding is superior to giving babies formula?
Yeah, what they're specifically targeting is saying it's best because it is natural.
Yeah, they don't want you to say
Yeah, but I don't think they
natural.
actually said that. I think they just said it is the best and it's natural.
Well, that's kind of the implication, and that is a logical fallacy, but the argument against it is also just
Retarded.
nonsensical.
Well, we're not even.
Yeah, I mean,
we haven't even gotten to the arguments against it yet, and you already know, like, this is retarded.
Well, not necessarily, because you skipped a very
It didn't get enough
important
breast milk.
Well, I haven't even gotten there yet.
You skipped a very important paragraph, because the second paragraph talks about the anti-vaxxer movement. And what it's contrasting is basically saying we've used the word natural to try to get women to breastfeed, but then here are these idiots over here, these anti-vaxxers who are saying it's better because that's natural. And we need to decouple natural from best when we're describing things.
Well, yeah, that's because the paragraph on that is closer to the end.
That's the second. Anyway.
So anyway, where are we at? Let's see here. A breastfeeding promotion poster produced by the New York City Department of Health and Mental Hygiene describes breastfeeding as, quote, mom-made, as compared with formula feeding labeled with a red circle that reads factory-made. The intended message to parents, presumably, is that in this one particular case, factory-made, unnatural substances are unhealthy. And should be avoided.
Definition.
Whereas, quote, mom-made and natural options are safer and better. Breastfeeding has always been referred to as has also been referred to as natural by the World Health Organization. And I love every time I say the word natural, they put it in quotation marks because, you know, it's natural. Well, I mean, I don't know where the hell else does it come from? The body makes it without effort, you know, like, how is that not, like, what is it? If it's not natural, then what the hell is it?
Would they prefer the words organic?
Right. The California Department of Public Health and the Vermont Department of Health, to give just a few examples, and numerous other instances of this approach have been documented in a report put out by Berkeley Media Studies Group in 2010. It makes sense that breastfeeding promotion would make appeals to the, quote, natural. The resurgence in breastfeeding rates over roughly the past 4 decades is rooted in a history of women's organized efforts during the 50s and 60s to redeem the value of feeding babies, quote, naturally in the face of widespread medical support for formula. Like breastfeeding is just like it's this new fad that just popped up in the 50s and 60s. Nobody used to do it, though. It was so passé. Like,
that's how people treat sex as well. Like, nobody over the age of 40 ever had heard of sex until our generation invented it.
Yeah.
I mean, what they're saying
in a petri dish.
I mean, what they're saying is accurate, though, is that the resurgence of it has been a pushback against an effort to push commercially made formula.
Well, yeah, because moms who don't work at home because the value of the dollar has been collapsed can't,
or who just want to go places.
Yeah. Well, because you can't be tied down by your baby. Babies are a hindrance to things that we want in life. They're a stumbling
just give the mother some WIC and let's be on our way.
Yeah.
Or just give them basic freedom of movement to do with their own money what they want to do.
Oh, but they're not. Yeah, but you know as well as I do that on average, most of your naturalist, I'm going to breastfeed moms are not the ones that are getting flats of formula for free from WIC every month. Your organic, I only breast, like those are not usually your moms that are on food stamps. It's just not normally the way that it is. And I'm not saying they're having to work.
The government,
they have to work.
The naturalist breastfeeding moms don't eat the government cheese from WIC.
They take what they can get from WIC, basically, and the government will gladly push the formula that's made by Johnson & Johnson and other companies that line the coffers of Congress on you if you are receiving WIC. But God help
the WIC
you if you
office
actually
literally
want to
has
breastfeed.
Enfamil posters.
Yeah,
like they're actively promoting Enfamil, like the welfare office.
Medicaid too. If your kids, if your baby's on Medicaid, you're getting advertisements for this stuff.
Isn't there some other equally stupid half of this article that we haven't touched on yet?
Oh, yeah. When we get back there, we're not done yet. Like the anti-vaxxers, SJWs, feminists, everybody is going to get a punch in the mouth by the time we get done with this article here. So don't go anywhere.
Punching anti-vaxxers is great.
If you want to get involved in the conversation, give us a call, 603-283-6160. Again, that's 603-283-6160. We'll be right back here with more on the Call to Freedom on LRN.FM.
In Survivor Max 2, School Bites, Max must scavenge through a wasteland swarming with the undead. Desperate to find the medicine he needs, he discovers a community of survivors at his former school. Has he finally found the safe haven he's been looking for, or will he discover that school bites? Look for Survivor Max on Facebook, read reviews on Amazon, and read Chapter 1 at survivormax.com.
Are you making sense to the boomer mindset? I'm Holland Cook from survivalspeech.com. 80 million baby boomers comprise 25% of the population and control most of the USA's wealth. As aging parents pass on, they'll control more. Boomers are 46 to 65 years old and regard themselves as midlife. They identify as neither young nor old. They're post-minivan and pre-retirement, and they don't like being called boomers. They think me. Many of the purchases boomer couples make are individual purposes. They've been experimenters all their lives. If you want their attention, tell stories and keep it simple. If something seems complicated, boomers can dismiss it as, I don't need this. And if you're looking for work, you may be applying to a boomer, so relate accordingly. From survivalspeech.com, I'm Holland Cook.
Some of you asked, and now we've delivered. LRN.FM's live Keene, New Hampshire studio shows are now streamed in HD on Twitch. Visit our channel at twitch.lrn.fm and give it a follow. If you have Amazon Prime, you get one free subscription on Twitch. If you use it on our channel, Twitch will give LRN.FM a monthly piece of your Prime subscription cost. So please watch, follow, share, and subscribe to twitch.lrn.fm. That's twitch.lrn.fm.
I love My Magic Mud. I drink a lot of coffee. I had stains on my teeth. Then I found My Magic Mud, and I was told it would remove stains. So I paid attention when I brushed the first time. My Magic Mud is black tooth powder, and the difference it made in my teeth in one application was noticeable. With 4, my teeth were as white as you normal folks out there. Please go to mymagicmud.com and buy a jar. There's 150 applications for $25. You can use Bitcoin, mymagicmud.com.
Did you know you can listen to LRN.FM via our free-to-air satellite channels? We have channels over nearly all of North America and much of Africa. All you need is an affordable receiver and a dish as small as 30 inches. There are no monthly fees. Learn more at sat.lrn.fm. Plus, if you are a broadcaster or want to be one, this is a good delivery method for our content. See our coverage maps and get details at sat.lrn.fm. That's sat.lrn.fm. sat.lrn.fm.
Catch The Call to Freedom at its new time, weekdays from 4 to 7 p.m. The Call to Freedom is the only live drive-home call-in show in the U.S. with a segment devoted to cryptocurrencies. Crypto Hour, brought to you by Helium.com, live from Vertcoin Studios in New Hampshire. Learn about what makes cryptocurrencies so great and why you should care about them. Updates on new coins and ICOs, and warnings of scams. Plus, hear from traders, whales, developers, and big names in the crypto world. You can also win crypto coins or tokens every episode. Just listen for the faucet sound and be the 5th caller to get free Dash, Litecoin, Vertcoin, Verge, or other cryptocurrencies. The Call to Freedom with Will and Aria, featuring Crypto Hour. Broadcast internationally through our BitPlus network satellite. Weekdays from 4 to 7 p.m. on LRN FM.
You can put the Liberty Radio Network on the air in your area. Visit broadcast.lrn.fm to learn how. Broadcast.lrn.fm.
This is Angel Clark, and you're listening to The Call to Freedom on LRN.fm.
All right, welcome back here to the Call to Freedom here on LRN.FM. Broadcasting live from the Vertcoin studio right here in beautiful Keene, New Hampshire. Joined in the studio right now by Melanie. We've also got Tom Gray and Aria DiMezzo from cryptocurrencycheck.org on live via remote with us. We've been talking about this article from Pediatrics. It was put out by a bioethicist. I don't want to, I mean, they both have PhDs, but
yeah, but it's like any other degree. You can get a degree in something useful, or you could get a PhD in like philosophy.
Doctor. But I'm sorry, you don't.
Is a bioethicist someone who can't do biology, so instead they study the ethics of the people who can do biology?
I don't know, but we're getting into this thing. Basically, they employ a couple different arguments about why it's bad to use the word natural or nature-made or any of the, completely truthful adjectives for breastfeeding. Now, continuing on here, says here, coupling nature with motherhood, however, can inadvertently support biologically deterministic arguments.
Well, see, that's transphobic
I love the look
right off
on
the bat.
Melanie's face. She's like, what fresh hell garbage was that? Biologically
Well, see, that's where,
deterministic
SJWism starts to eat itself, because they can't say things like that without being transphobic. They say, motherhood, whatever, biological determinism. Okay, well, by even saying that, they're suggesting that motherhood implies womanhood, and that only women can be mothers. And yeah, that's true, but the left would call that statement transphobic.
That is correct.
Saying that men can't be mothers? That's transphobia.
Says it will inadvertently support biologically deterministic arguments about the roles of men and women in families, i.e., that women should be the primary caretakers of children.
I really don't have a problem with that, but that doesn't get you there.
Referencing the natural in breastfeeding promotion then may inadvertently endorse a controversial set of values about family life and gender roles, which would be ethically inappropriate.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but this article is about breastfeeding, right? Has it ever at any point said female breastfeeding? Because men do have mammary glands, and they do occasionally lactate.
No, not really.
Yeah, really, Tom. Google it.
Yeah, well, yeah. If
Tom,
you've got,
I know
if you've
hormones
got
and
cancer,
stuff, man.
dude. I mean, that's,
no, it doesn't even
not
take
normal.
cancer. I mean, hormone imbalances happen.
And is it safe for an infant to eat it when a man does that?
Yeah,
I don't
but
think so.
That's transphobic.
Well, but so
You just endorsed a very
Well, I wouldn't
controversial
want
set of
my
values,
baby
Tom.
to, but it's a fact that men do lactate and that the milk produced is, I mean, they won't have all the nutrients and crap that, the mothers
Well, exactly.
will because,
You may just be giving your kid water, basically.
And I'm assuming that it's not going to be enough to actually sustain a kid. But so then a trans man without any op would still be able to breastfeed. So I don't see what their problem is from that perspective.
Is that natural?
I think
right, they're assuming the
Yes.
gender of the people breastfeeding are
Tom's like,
female.
no.
They're assuming the gender of the
this
people
is way
breastfeeding.
Like, I honestly, Will, you're trying to make something out of this article that it's not. Because all it's saying,
Arya's making.
Arya's making points about this. Arya's making points about this paragraph, but when we were talking earlier on in the article, I think she essentially hit the nail on the head when you were like, you said something. It was either you or Melanie who said something along the lines of, who cares if it's natural, if it's better, or isn't it about whether it's better? And that's really what
I said something like that.
I know you didn't, Will, because you wanted to make controversial radio so that we can get people to listen to the show. Because, oh yeah, that is what we're trying to do here, isn't it? Anyway, so
Tom's like, would you shut up so I can torpedo the segment and we can have everybody turn the radio off?
I'm gonna burn this thing to the ground and make it super boring and reasonable. But
hey, some people
ultimately,
like reasonable shows.
But I really, well, you're listening to the wrong one.
Yeah, I know, but
right. Go listen to, I don't know, Not Free Talk Live. Sometimes they have people like Mouth Breathing Dullard on. Who knows? Listen to this show because it's fun
come on,
and
spit
enjoyable.
it out, Tom.
So, but again, you skipped the whole second paragraph, which is
because the last paragraph goes into the anti-vaxxers stuff. You're just not letting me get to it.
Yeah, that's because you keep stopping along the way to be like,
I stopped him that time, Tom.
For real, yo. I'm reading the article. You guys comment. That's the format of the show, Tom. Did you?
I'm reformatting the show
right now on the air as we speak.
Well, let's just skip to the part where we get to crap on. I was promised I would get to punch anti-vaxxers in the face.
Tom, we have
I wanted to get to that part.
We have a whole hour to work on this.
Okay. As long as I get to punch an anti-vaxxer in the face somewhere in this next half hour, I'm good.
Well,
let's get to that part, though.
But I can't get there if you can't stop stopping.
All right, let's move ahead so we can eventually get to the punching.
To complain at me about other people stopping me. Oh my God! All right. Anyway, it says where were we? Referencing the natural and breastfeeding promotion, then may inadvertently endorse a controversial set of values about family life and gender roles, which would be ethically inappropriate. Invoking the, quote, natural is also imprecise because it lacks a clear definition. For similar reasons, the recent Newfield report states that public agencies, governments, and organizations contributing to public and political debates about science and technology and medicine should, quote, avoid using the terms natural, unnatural, and nature unless they make transparent the values and beliefs that underlie them.
Okay, this time when I interrupt you, I'm going to say something you're going to find entertaining. Will.
Well, I just want to stress again that the author of this article is assuming that the gender of the people breastfeeding are female. And because they're female, it represents traditional values. But if the author of this article was talking about some man breastfeeding and people calling that unnatural or natural, she wouldn't take the same issue with it at all.
I wanted to point out that one of the authors of this article, Jessica Martucci, is the author of a book that is entitled, and this is a quote, Back to the Breast, Natural Motherhood and Breastfeeding in America.
No way!
Yes! Yep. It's like you Google her, you find her faculty profile on upenn.edu, and that is the one publication that they are pushing from her.
That's awesome. Well, you know what?
Incredible.
I did.
So this whole thing is a big mea culpa. Don't buy my book because it promotes bad things.
I found the definition of natural. It's an adjective. Existing in or caused by nature. Not made or caused by humankind. Seems pretty clear.
Is spreading the message of liberty, cryptocurrency, and peace around the globe worth $2 per month to you? As you may already know, in addition to our internet feed, LRN.FM broadcasts on free-to-air satellite across North and Central America, as well as Sub-Saharan Africa. And we've been available on satellite for free 24/7 since 2010. The LRN.FM free-to-air satellite signal is reaching some of the most oppressive regimes in the world, and there's no doubt our ideas are making an impact. You can learn more about the channel's impact by watching the 3-minute video at fund.lrn.fm. If you'd like to help free minds globally with our ideas of liberty, cryptocurrency, and peace, you can donate as little as $2 per month via fund.lrn.fm. You can help us continue and expand our satellite broadcast to multiple continents. Visit fund.lrn.fm today, and thank you for your help. Don't forget to share the link on social media. That's fund.lrn.fm. Ross Ulbricht was convicted in early 2015 of running the infamous Silk Road Underground Market. The Silk Road was a gift to humanity and helped reduce the harms brought on by drug prohibition. For this good deed, Ross has been sentenced to life in prison with no possibility of parole. Now, an appeal is Ross's only chance, and he needs your support. Please visit freeross.org, where you can contribute via various methods, including Bitcoin. Visit freeross.org. That's freeross.org.
Hi, I'm Derek J. I don't want a politician to represent me. To me, government is the idea that one group of people can coerce everyone to comply with an edict, or face increasing punishments up to and including death. Despite perhaps the most noble of intentions, the best government services are a far cry from what could be provided for by voluntary interactions. Besides, the people who call themselves the government wage wars and put peaceful people in jail for crimes involving no victims. If Starbucks used some of its money to drop bombs, I wouldn't shop there. So why would I support the American empire? The Empire does not require my consent.
Derek J's Victimless Crime Spree. Watch it for free and order the Director's Cut DVD at victimlesscrimespree.com. That's victimlesscrimespree.com.
Here's a chance to do a little activism while you're cruising Facebook, Twitter, or Google+. Between the LOL cats, the recipes, the hot girls, and the inspirational sunrise memes, Free Talk Live's posts pass by your newsfeed. Like them, comment. It gives us more exposure. If you don't see our posts, click like at facebook.freetalklive.com and then hover over it to click Get Notifications. It's an easy way to spread the ideas of liberty a bit further. I know you're busy, but you can spare that tenth of a calorie it takes to click on something. facebook.freetalklive.com.
Free Press Publications is an independent, alternative media and publishing company founded in June 2009 with the mission of ensuring a free press for the freedom movement and is committed to spreading the message of peace, freedom, love, and liberty. FPP also gives new authors an avenue for publishing freedom-oriented material. FPP brings you daily news and commentary on the website fpp.cc, as well as a daily 5-minute newscast, FPP Radio News, and weekly news, views, and commentary in the FPP Freedom Minute and Peace, Love, Liberty Radio at fppradio.com, and the monthly newspaper FPP News at news.fpp.cc. Find FPP online at fpp.cc. That's fpp.cc, as in Creative Commons.
Help get LRN.FM into more ears. Visit promote.lrn.fm for a free bumper sticker, flyers, banners, graphics, and more. Promote.lrn.fm.
You're listening to The Call to Freedom on LRN.FM.
تستمتعون إلى برنامج نداء للحرية مباشرة على LRN.FM.
All right, welcome back here to the Call to Freedom here on LRN.FM. We're broadcasting live from the Vertcoin studio right here in beautiful Keene, New Hampshire. And you know what, guys? These days, it is nearly impossible to keep your communications, well, to keep them private and to keep the prying eyes of the state from looking through them. Well, you know, you got Signal and Telegram and WhatsApp and all these other, some of them have central servers. And with those, the government can come in and shut the server down. You can't talk at all. Communication done. And then others, they've got your personal information. So the feds come in with a subpoena, and now there goes your personal information. Well, that's where CryptVisor comes in. You see, it's a decentralized communications platform, and it's hosted on the blockchain. So if the feds show up and they're like, hey, we want all the personal information for all of your customers. Well, CryptVisor doesn't keep phone numbers, IP addresses, email addresses, no personal information, no names, nothing, no personal information at all. So if the feds want it, they simply don't have it. And there is no centralized server because it's on the blockchain. It's powered by thousands of nodes all across the globe. So unless they can shut down the internet, they will not be preventing you from communicating. So go over to cryptvisor.network, check out their advanced security features like the CVPay crypto wallet. Again, that's cryptvisor.network, your home for advanced secured communication. So we've been talking about this this publication in Pediatrics about why it's wrong, according to the authors. I really hate to call them doctors. Bioethicists is what they call themselves. That it's wrong. It's bad for you to do so because the average person, well, they might not think women should be moms, or that women should be women, or any of those things. You're enforcing and endorsing a controversial set of values. Well, they also have another point that I think is just as ridiculous. Well, it says here, whatever the ethics of appealing to the natural in breastfeeding promotion, it raises practical concerns. The, quote, natural option does not align consistently with public health goals. If doing what is natural is best in the case of breastfeeding, how can we expect mothers to ignore that powerful and deeply persuasive worldview when making choices about vaccinations? Breastfeeding promotion.
Wow, that came out of nowhere, though. I mean, it's just a totally unrelated thing.
It's retarded.
I mean, they might as well.
I want my kid to be healthy, so I won't give them vaccines, but I will give them breast milk.
Now, hold on. That's an exceedingly common view among suburban moms now, though. Which is the whole point of this article.
Yeah,
which is that this whole naturalist movement.
What's the word? Naturalist movement, not breast.
And they
hold on, because
and the rhetoric that
naturalists
they use
are
rhetoric that they use is it's a different kind of naturalist, I guess.
Well, they're saying here that breastfeeding promotion
I'm guessing nudists are into this kind of thing too.
Frames the promotion.
Hey.
The ones who have kids.
If breastfeeding promotion frames the, quote, factory-made option as risky or unhealthy, but they don't. That's just it, is they don't.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
Where have you been?
They do in regard to vaccines, but nobody says that, baby formula is unhealthy.
Doctors' offices
Well, they
are not
do because it
telling
is.
Doctors' offices are not telling
that's
you
true.
not to bottle feed.
Yeah, well, they are.
They're not.
Actually. Yeah, they are. Dude, what are you talking about?
I have 5 kids, bro.
What kids. Doctor are you going to? The doctors
UT Hospital, Blunt Memorial Hospital, 2 stays at Monroe Regional Medical Center in Florida.
Okay, at the hospital, they're pushing formula on you like crazy, but that's actually why your pediatrician is like, let's try to get on the breast because it's better for the baby. Like I don't understand
but saying
how you
X is
missed
better
this.
doesn't necessarily imply that Y is bad. It just means it's not as good as X.
Yeah, when you look into formula feeding, though, for a lot of kids it is bad. It leads to higher rates of infant obesity. It reduces the amount of immunoglobulin that the child gets from the mother. The child doesn't get the passed on immunity from the mother. I mean, there's all sorts of reasons why formula is not as healthy as breastfeeding. And
but see, you're saying not as good again. That's not the same as saying
and for some kids
bad.
And for some kids it is bad because some of the more commercial formulas are not nearly as nutritious as
you're still doing it.
No, when I say not nearly as nutritious, I mean insufficiently nutritious. I mean it's bad because you have an option that's available.
But that's still not as good. There's an enormous difference between this is not as good as this other thing and that thing is bad.
And for
bad implies direct harm.
Children,
I mean, if it had lead in it or iron shavings, that would be bad for them. But not being as good for them
bad stuff in there.
is a totally different thing.
Yeah, and for many children, formula is actively bad for them, especially if your child has acid reflux issues, which an increasing number of babies do when they're using formula that is made from cow's milk.
Okay, well,
this is an issue we ran through. We had trouble with breastfeeding, and the normal formula actually made our child, sick and miserable.
Well, when we went nature and natural, none of this was invoked. What was invoked? Colostrum has a high amount of antibodies that will keep your child from getting sick. That's what was invoked by our pediatrician, not, well, it's what nature intended. I never heard anything like that. I've never heard a lactation consultant that was involved with our family that was invoking the word nature or natural. And even if they were, guess what? It is part of nature.
Yeah,
It is natural.
Tom, my question would be,
Yeah.
have you heard pediatricians and doctors say that, or have you heard, the soccer moms who believe that repeat it?
Both. But when soccer moms, and this is what the article is going to, when soccer moms have said it, it has often been followed up with and vaccines are unnatural too, and therefore must be just as bad thing. Whereas a pediatrician will not tell you that, because vaccines are an example of something that is not wholly natural, but is beneficial for the baby. That's the point the article is making. And I take why Will wanted to make a radio segment out of it, because they do say some kind of ridiculous things about, telling someone breastfeeding is natural is not going to denigrate someone who has already made a decision to have a child as a same-sex couple. And if you are a same-sex male couple and you decide to adopt a child together, I'm sorry, you're not going to be able to feed the child the natural way through breastfeeding, and that's okay.
And all you have to do is Google it, and you could learn that.
I am rather insistent that even when males do lactate, that it is not sufficient for a child's nutrition the way that
then look it up.
Yeah, but current numbers say that only about 5% of this mass of soccer moms don't vaccinate their kids.
And that's enough to compromise herd immunity, which is why you're seeing a resurgence in mumps and measles.
I had mumps and measles when I was a kid, so.
But the concern of a parent isn't herd immunity; it's their child.
We'll be back in just a little while with the rest of the show.
So you've signed the Shire Society Declaration and are planning your move to New Hampshire to be around more liberty-oriented people. Next, sign up for the Shire Society Forum at forum.shiresociety.com. There are a bunch of people there who are already in the Shire, and they want to meet you. If you're already in the Shire physically, you should also come by the forums. Remember, not everyone uses Facebook. New people are signing up for the Shire Society Forum every month, so drop in and say hello at forum.shiresociety.com. On Free Talk Live, we're bringing people to the ideas of liberty every day. From wrestling superstars like Glenn Jacobs.
You guys really are having an impact, I believe. Like I said, a lot of where I am now is due to listening to Free Talk Live. You changed my mind on some very important issues years ago.
To random people tuning in on the radio.
I was kind of stuck in the left-right paradigm. I heard your show by chance on a Saturday night. From there, I went on, joined the Free State Project, and become an amplifier. So, that's really the reason why I amp is because I know that if it wasn't for you guys being on as many stations as you are, I never would have found the ideas of liberty.
Your amp will directly change more lives by getting Free Talk Live in front of people looking for talk radio online and on the air. When you amp Free Talk Live, you get perks like access to the AMP-only Facebook group and AMP podcast. Visit amp.freetalklive.com.
Now that you've found the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM, you may want to help expose others to our great programs. To assist you in doing so, you'll find resources at promote.lrn.fm, including details on how to get a free bumper sticker, quarter-page flyers you can print out and distribute, banners for your website, as well as files that will allow you to make your own custom banners and graphics. Visit promote.lrn.fm and help bring new listeners to the Liberty Radio Network. That's promote.lrn.fm.
The new 4th edition of Healing Our World, The Compassion of Libertarianism, will take your understanding of liberty to a deeper level and has over 1,300 updated references, new cartoons, and a foreword by Dr. Ron Paul. With discounts for multiple book purchases, the 4th edition of Healing Our World is a great gift for the liberals, pragmatists, environmentalists, and Christians in your life who think libertarianism is cold-hearted. Get yours today at healing.freetalklive.com and use promo code FTL for a $5 discount.
LRN.FM is proud to announce our official listening apps for Android and iOS devices. Now you can easily tune into our streams anywhere, anytime on your smartphone or tablet. Just visit apps.lrn.fm or search for LRN.FM in the Android or Apple app stores. Please download, rate us 5 stars, then share the link on your social media and let your friends and family know how you're listening to LRN.FM. Download it now, free at apps.lrn.fm.
The Free State Project has reached its goal of 20,000 liberty lovers who've pledged to move to New Hampshire and get active to achieve liberty in our lifetime. Perhaps you're trying to figure out what part of New Hampshire should be your destination. If so, consider Keene. You'll find more than 150 reasons to move to Keene at move.freekeene.com. Keene is famous for its historic, publicity-generating activism, as well as being the liberty media capital of the world. It's home to freekeene.com, New Hampshire's destination for liberty activism, news, and opinion. For years, we've been compiling over 150 reasons to move to Keene at move.freekeene.com, where you'll learn about some of what's happening here and what makes Keene a great place to live. If you love liberty, you'll probably enjoy anywhere you end up in the Shire. But do your due diligence first. Please visit move.freekeene.com for the full list of over 150 reasons to move to Keene. That's move.freekeene.com.
Some of our live shows are streamed in HD on Twitch. Please follow and share at twitch.lrn.fm. That's twitch.lrn.fm.
You are listening to the Call to Freedom on LRN.FM. आप सुन रहे हैं स्वतंत्रता की पुकार सिर्फ और सिर्फ LRN.FM पे।
Welcome back into the final segment of tonight's Monday afternoon drive home broadcast of the Call to Freedom here on LRN.FM. We've got Melanie in the studio tonight, and we got Aria and Tom, and we've been talking for the last hour about breastfeeding and whether or not using the word natural is problematic because it could, A, encourage people not to vaccinate, because when a pediatrician tells you to breastfeed your child, they don't almost always follow it up with, oh, and don't forget they need shots before they leave. And then the other reason is that it could promote controversial and problematic views on gender and gender roles.
Right, so this article basically has some really good reasons and some really bad reasons. Like, just because something's a good idea or a bad idea doesn't mean you can't make bad arguments for it.
I think all of it's stupid, because I don't know of a pediatrician out there that doesn't tell you, breastfeed your kids, breastfeed your kids, breastfeed your kids, and also tell you, let me give him this shot, let me give him this shot, let me give him this shot.
Right, but I mean, how big of a sample size of pediatricians have you talked to about breastfeeding? Like, I'm sure there's areas.
They're not talking about pediatricians.
Every pediatrician's office in Knox County and Blount County, Tennessee.
That's still a really small. Even if we're just talking about the U.S., maybe you were in a good area. I'm not saying you weren't in a good area.
I know that the American Center for Pediatrics, or whatever those organizations are, and I found this out because we got kicked out of a doctor's office that we were in because they wanted to get this sticker. They sent out an email and said, hey, we just got approved for the sticker, but that means we have 15 days to get all the parents who don't have their kids fully vaccinated off of our rolls or filled up with some shots. So either schedule some shots or find a new doctor, because we want this sticker because it's going to make our insurance.
Yeah, that's a really bad argument that they should probably never tell to a client.
Yeah. Because we just took our business. We're like, oh, so you're going to take our choice as patients away from us to save some money. Okay, cool. Well, then you don't need ours. And we just went, like, I just drove an extra 10 minutes to take my kids to a different doctor.
Yeah, so telling a patient you should make this medical decision because of my insurance policy and because of my sticker in my window, that is a horrible argument that is just going to make people mad and leave.
And distrustful.
Which is why I hate it when people make bad arguments for good conclusions. Like, if you want to find a really bad conclusion and make some bad arguments for that, I might leave you alone. Probably not, but I might. But this is why making bad arguments for a good conclusion is bad, because then somebody would be like, oh, well, he made this bad argument, therefore the conclusion is false, which is the fallacy, but people don't.
Again, I think this is a bad argument as well, though, because I don't know of any pediatricians that don't encourage you to get these shots. And when you're at the hospital, They encourage you. They harass. Trust me, I know because I didn't let them. They harass and harangue the hell out of you. Sometimes even threaten not to let you leave the hospital with your child if you don't let them give you these shots. The same hospital that the lactation consultant is telling you this is the natural way to do things. This is Mother Nature's food for your baby.
Right, and that's why it's a bad idea, because somebody can say, "Oh, well, my doctor just told me 5 minutes ago do this because it's natural." And then 5 minutes later, they're like, do this other unnatural thing. So they must be wrong because they said the basis of decisions is natural.
The same doctor is giving you both pieces of advice.
Right,
so either
but then they're destroying their own credibility.
How?
Because I just told you should do X because X is natural, and then turned around and said, do Y, this unnatural thing.
Amoxicillin isn't natural, but if you prescribe it for my child who is sick, even though they are breastfeeding, I'm not going to suddenly think you're a dummy and a quack.
You're intelligent. People who fall for the naturalistic fallacy in the first place aren't going that far with it.
Yeah, and that's what the whole thing is about, is that medical professionals who know better shouldn't accidentally promote, they should think more deeply before they accidentally promote the naturalistic fallacy. They should try to find other ways to communicate the benefit of breastfeeding, which is natural, but is also good. And also promote things which are good, but not necessarily natural.
Again, though, like, you shouldn't be told that you can't use the word nature or natural or any of that stuff because they are true statements. So basically what you're saying is because some people are stupid and other people are easily offended, you can't say factually correct things.
So bringing a factually correct but irrelevant statement into an argument is, yes, a very bad idea. Should it be banned by law? No.
How is it irrelevant? How is it
irrelevant? Because the fact that something is natural has no bearing on whether or not you should do it. So saying that it's natural in a discussion to convince you to do it is irrelevant to that discussion.
I disagree. I'm just going to have to disagree with you on that because it is the natural thing.
It is natural, but that has nothing to do with whether or not you should do it. So it's irrelevant to a discussion as to whether or not you should do it.
But it's not irrelevant because the fact that it's natural is where the colostrum comes from. It's where the antibodies comes from. It's mother-made. Oh, it's mom-made, which means you get all of mom's antibodies. So calling it mom-made is a factual statement that is completely relevant.
Lots of things are natural.
My children have immunity to malaria. Why? Because my wife survived malaria. Oh, I unmuted you because I thought you wanted to contribute to the conversation.
No, but I do have something to say on,
sure.
on if I can, on vaccines. So, and Melanie, I think, is a great foil for this one in particular. One of the questions I have is, what are the chances of getting polio in the United States?
It depends on where you live in the United States and what you do.
Okay.
There's been an increasing number of cases of polio in the United States since the anti-vaxxer movement took off.
Contracted in the United States? Because I looked it up a few years ago, and it hadn't happened in decades.
There hasn't been yet a newly contracted case in the United States. There have been Americans who had previously. There have actually been Americans.
Polio has been eliminated from the United States as of November 2017.
Okay,
there haven't been new cases from the United States.
Not even a year ago.
Some.
Well, no,
we've imported some.
The last time there was a case of polio, they don't know whether it was actually contracted here, but a person who lived here had it was 1993.
This was the first step down the primrose path, so I need to get down the path, okay? Yes. So we have determined that polio, that nobody has contracted polio in a long time in the United States. Is that correct?
Correct.
Well, she said 2017.
That was eliminated from the United States, not cases contracted. So okay. I'm not concerned with me.
Hooray for herd immunity.
I'm not concerned, and I believe firmly in herd immunity, and that's why I think you people should get your children vaccinated. However, I have a logical step process for individuals who are thinking about their children, not your children. Okay, so my child is the only one for whom I can make decisions. And I understand that a medical procedure always has risks. Going to the bathroom has risks.
I dispute your right to make decisions for your child.
Well, do you think a 10-year-old can make a decision on whether or not he wants to get poked in the arm with a sharp thing?
Right.
I would say that using
I
age
do.
as a measurement of the ability to make
All right, well, we got to let Mark finish
decisions
his
is a
point.
fallacy.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and say that my 10-year-old is not capable of choosing, a good. If getting poked in the arm is a good idea, he's not able to make that decision. He's just not. Like, getting poked in the arm is a bad idea as far as he's concerned.
Well,
He won't do it twice.
We got a minute. Let Mark finish his point.
Kid sounds like kind of a wimp.
Well, I'm sorry. My 10-year-old doesn't like getting shots.
Neither does my 5-year-old, but she'll do it if I tell her it's going to make her not get sick.
I don't tell these things. I have logical conversations with my child, and the logical conversation is my son is far more likely to have some kind of medical complication from a polio shot than he is from not getting a polio shot. And that's the answer. End of story.
The parent is the only one. The
Just keep your kid the hell away from my kids.
My kid doesn't have polio.
I hung out with all of my unvaccinated
I'm in New
children.
Hampshire. This is the highest median income in the nation. This is where you want your kid to live.
We also have an international airport.
I homeschool my kids to keep them away from people like you.
I homeschool my kids.
Love you, Mark!
It's so great to have your kids vaccinated. It's so awesome.
All right, well, we'll be back tomorrow with more frivolity, more insanity, more guests, more talk. Don't go anywhere, though, because Free Talk Live is coming up next.
Well, no one.
This is Michael Dean from the Freedom Fiends. I've run websites since 1996 and have used over a dozen web hosts in that time. AgristHosting.com is the only one that hasn't broken my heart. Agrist Hosting's uptime and service is stellar, and their DDoS mitigation is the best I've seen. That's important because if you tell the truth in this world, you'll ruffle feathers. And some people will try dirty tricks to silence your voice. No matter what the haters hit us with, Agrist Hosting keeps our websites online. If you have a mission-critical commercial presence or a world-changing activism site, you cannot tolerate any skullduggery. So go with AgristHosting.com. Have a WordPress or blog site, but you're not satisfied with performance or uptime? Or just want raw hosting? Want to pay with Bitcoin? Agrist Hosting specializes in high-performance hosting with personalized service. Go to AgristHosting.com and click on the button that says Get Hosted. That's AgristHosting.com.
There are lots of ways to listen to Free Talk Live. Our podcast has been around since podcasts began, and now the FTL feed is loaded with content besides our full show archives. Did you know that we make it easy for you to customize your podcast subscriptions? We have different feeds, one that includes only our full shows, one with just the Daily Digest, and one with just the Edgington Post. You decide what you listen to. It's quick and easy to customize your feeds at feeds.freetalklive.com. That's feeds.freetalklive.com.
Cell 411 is a free app for Android and iOS that replaces government-controlled 911. Cell 411 allows you to preset a group of friends or private organizations to show up at any emergency. Cell 411 is a nightmare for the state because it proves their so-called services aren't needed. Cell 411 has had thousands of installs, and of course it's covered by the BIPCOT no government license. Cell 411 because your friends won't shoot you when you're in trouble. Without the government, who would build the emergency services? You and Cell 411. Get it today at getcell411.com.
You're 6 minutes away from a live episode of Free Talk Live, brought to you by freekeen.com. Listen live at freetalklive.com.
From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Monday, April 30th, 2018. Silver is trading at $16.28 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,313 per ounce. Zencash is trading at $40, and the average price of Bitcoin is $9,296. Antiwar.com reports during Friday's summit, North Korean leader Kim Jong-un told South Korea's President Moon Jae-in that he is willing to totally abandon nuclear weapons in return for an end to the Korean War and a promise from the United States not to invade. North Korean officials have long said that their nuclear program was only necessary to deter a U.S. attack. Getting a formal pledge from the U.S. not to invade would achieve that goal, assuming it's a credible promise. North Korea appears to believe that they can get such a promise. New Secretary of State Mike Pompeo Pompeo appeared optimistic as well. In comments on ABC's This Week, Pompeo said he believes there is a real opportunity for a denuclearization deal with North Korea. He added that conditions are right for such a deal. National Security Advisor John Bolton was less hopeful, saying that the U.S. must hold out for concrete evidence of denuclearization. Bolton had long supported attacking North Korea and has never favored diplomacy to achieve U.S. policy goals. Regardless of what cabinet members think, President Trump is the one that's going to be driving U.S. involvement in the peace process. Trump has been very clear in his support for a diplomatic process and the upcoming summit with Kim. Trump has defended the lead up to the summit in the face of growing media hostility towards diplomacy with North Korea. He has also rejected criticism that he's giving away too much, noting he hasn't actually given North Korea anything yet, and it does not intend to without North Korea scrapping its nuclear arsenal. Denuclearization for peace, after all, is exactly the grand bargain that the U.S. had sought with North Korea. The South Korean government has gone to great lengths to lay the groundwork for such a deal and very much wants a deal ending the Korean War. U.S. officials have expressed support for a peace deal, but have emphasized denuclearization as their top priority. Such a deal would have been unthinkable just a few years ago. After growing diplomatic progress, huge deals not only seem possible, but very practical. Everyone is unusually willing to make a deal, and summits are lining up at just the right time to make big things happen. Are you an advocate for free market money? Do you promote Bitcoin as an alternative in a fiat-centric world? Then you need Spendabit in your arsenal, the search engine for things you can buy with Bitcoin. Spendabit aggregates millions of products from thousands of Bitcoin and controls T-Mobile and SoftBank Group Corp, the Tokyo-headquartered majority owner of Sprint, agreed to combine forces according to a press release.